Yo, what's up, people? Good afternoon. Hoping everybody having a good weekend thus far, having a good Saturday. I was told my sound does sound good, so hopefully it sounds good to y'all as well. Um, y'all let me know, give me a second opinion. How does audio sound? And can you hear me good? Can you hear me good? Excuse me. Yeah, Keen, I'm always late, bro. I can't never come on time, my guy. I can't never come on time, man. But hell, when they ever known anybody black to come on time for anything? Shit, well, a lot of us probably won't be on time for our own damn funeral. A lot of us won't even be on time for our own damn funeral, bro. So shit. I mean, hey, it is what it is, my guy. It is what it is. Um, ladies and gentlemen, Team Chris / Soto Nation, we are here for another show for another interesting topic. I am your host with the most, Chris Thorns. Before we just get off into the topic, what up, Simply? What's going on, brother? What up, Keenan, Lene? I think my man Rick up in here somewhere. What up, Rick? What up, Alex? Beauty Secret. And what up to everybody who will be coming in sooner or later. Um, the topic, let me do a couple of shout outs or whatnot. I want to shout out to my man Deshaun. He sent a message to me on one of the videos that I posted, and I thought that was really cool of him for doing that. He was just like, hey, what's up, Chris, bro? He said he got kind of worried because he didn't see no shows pop up and this, then the other. So he said he just want to know what was up. And I thought that was pretty damn cool for him to do that, man. So I'm good, Sean. I'm good, brother. Everything is everything, my guy. What I say to that is every problem has some kind of solution. Every problem has some kind of solution. Now, is every solution the best solution? Who knows? But every problem has a solution. How many of y'all agree with that? And every problem you have to have some kind of ambition or some kind of will to fix the problem instead of sitting down moping and grinding and whining. Like I always say, we're not kids anymore. We all adults. So no point in sitting and whining and crying about situations. You know what I'm saying? If you can fix it, get up and fix it. You can't sit back waiting for shit just to fall up in your lap. Because you whining and bitching. You know what I'm saying? Shit just don't work like that. What up, Better Crockaboo? How you doing? Yeah, we can't just be sitting up here, whining and bitching about problems and thinking that's gonna be the solution to our problems. You gotta get up and try to find the best solution to the problem. And if that solution don't work, then hey, hopefully you have a plan B. For that plan B solution to work. So that's why I say, I'm 36 years old and I'm still learning. Every problem there is a solution. So always remember that. Let's see. I always lose my train of thought. Shit. I don't say I do that. I be on the road and lose my train of thought, whatever the case may be. But let's get on the subject at hand. If y'all want to get on a panel, let me post this link in the chat room. If y'all want to get on a panel and talk about this, let's get it started. We got some other folks coming. They run a little late, but they will be here. Oh, Betty, I'm sorry to hear that, dear. I'm sorry to hear that. I hate colds. I hate them. You know, I think I could take any other sickness but a cold, because a cold just make you feel like it's your worst. It does. Like I said, you sleeping your mouth wide open, nose all clogged up and shit. Your head got pressure all built up in and shit. You know, I think that's the worst sickness is a damn cold. I hate colds. I hate them. I hate them. So with me personally, every first sign of cold I come in contact with, man, I'm on it just like that. I'm on it. You know, I try to keep allergy medicine around and shit. So if I feel one of my nostrils getting clogged up, I'm on it, baby. I'm on it. So then I know down here in Memphis the weather is changing horribly, horribly, and shit crazy as hell. She said my kids have colds too. Ooh wee. So all y'all just in the house fucked up, ain't it? All y'all in the house just messed up for sure. How does that work? How that work, better crack everybody sick, man? How does that work? You don't mind me asking. You took emergency, what the code said, nope. There's some medicine called emergency, or are you talking about the emergency room? Your son was sick first, and shit, y'all passing around like that, and that sounds like it might be some little virus going on or something. Chastity said she would join, but I heard the noise in the background. Yes, I heard the noise in the background. Um, you sound like you at a fun place I would love to be at. I would love to be there. Um, Lene said mom is allowed to act sick. She just had to take care of everyone else. Well, I guess so. I guess so. Somebody got to be strong. Somebody got to be strong. So, anyway, Betty, I wish you a speedy recovery. And knock on wood, hope I don't get one for talking about the damn thing. Hope I don't get one. So, Keenan said the medicine is called emergency. I don't even know we got that down here in Memphis. I don't. We might do. I don't know, but let's get into the topic. And I put the link in the chat, so y'all can come in at your own leisure. So are we to blame for the youth downfall? Are we to blame? And my dialogue says, the youth of this generation appears to be down spiraling. We talking stuff such as failing grades, the thug mentality, the slang language, the pants sagging, etc. Is it our fault that the youth has fallen off? I want to know y'all thoughts. Is it our fault? You know, the failing grades. You know, I think we might have talked about this on a previous show. You know, is it our fault that because we're not in kids' education enough? You know, or is it the teachers how they teach? You know, you got some people that blame it. You know, it's the teacher. They say it's the teachers how they teach. They don't like the way they teach. You know, I never understood that concept, but you know, they say, hey, it's the way the teachers teach. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Uh, well, I know one of the reasons is skipping school. I know about the skipping school thing because I used to do it in my time. You know, skipping school. Um, you know, or is it that the village who usually raise a kid just don't give a damn no more? You know, so tell me what y'all think about that. And now the thug mentality. Who can we really blame for the thug mentality? Is it society, period, or is it who we let the kids hang around? do we as people need to monitor who the kids hang around as they're growing up? I mean, I don't have any kids, so you know, I don't know, but I know when I was raised, it was certain people I would hang around, and it's certain people that I wouldn't hang around. So could that be one of the reasons too that we're not monitoring who our kids are hanging around, and we're not paying attention to um, the surroundings that they're being brought up in? You know, cause you got some folks they'll let their kids go outside, but we're not watch them. They'll let them go outside while they sitting up in their room, watching TV and sleeping shit. I mean, what's up with that? What's really going on with that? What's really going on with that? Because when I was growing up, if you was outside, somebody was watching you. Whether they watching you through a door, they were watching you through a window, or they had other people watching you, and all this stuff. But now you just get to the point now when you tell your kids to go outside, we're not watching them. And now you got a lot of us that got the mentality to say, hey, those not my damn kids, so what I'm watching for? I guess in a sense I can agree, but I mean, it's good to have eyes everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, could not actually watching kids and seeing what's really going on. Lene said, as far as the teachers go, teachers aren't allowed to teach the way they want to anymore. They are required to teach to pass the state test. Lene, I think I remember reading something about that, and I think they are trying to put too much into that now. Better Crocker said, heck, the teachers are now having sex with students. And dear, you are not lying. I don't know what's up with that. I really don't know what's up with that. What's with these teachers boning these students? You got coaches in there fucking the young girls. You got the female teachers fucking the young boys. I mean, when we talked about this several times in previous shows. I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, are you really that horny that you want some young ding ding? I mean, or what? He came back and said things like Common Core math. Why do 10 steps? Why do 10 steps when 2 will do? That's a good one. Mama Lyons came in and said, I think we all have a role to play in this situation. However, we don't have control over another person as much as we would like to think we do. Thank you, Mama. I like that. My man checking for you. I ain't seen you in a while, brother. He said parents are lazy. True.
Hey,
What's going on, brother? I
hey,
see you, brother. I'm just reading some of these comments real quick. How you doing anyway, brother? How you doing?
hey, Chris. I'm good, man. Nice show you have going on. And I figured, what, let me hop on the panel because it's been a while since I've been on the panel. So I figured, what, let me come on and share some thoughts with you guys.
Yeah, man. It's been a while, brother. I'm glad you was able to get on, man. But I'll let you get in a minute. I don't know how much you heard, but I'm sure you could piggyback on some of the stuff that I'm saying. Lene said we don't monitor our kids anymore. That's true. Better Crocker says it's a combination of things. You know, checking for you said lazy parents are having children. Dude, you are absolutely right. You absolutely right, brother. You are absolutely right. Hey, Saneta, how you doing? You always in the house. DJ, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Dad.
Uh, checking for you said I would not put my child in none of these schools. Bro, you know what? I really don't blame you. I really don't, especially not a school in the hood. I wouldn't, because you got some people that's even scared to come to them damn schools to even teach these kids if they so fucking hood. Real talk. I mean, I don't blame you, brother. And I don't have any kids either, checking. I don't either, brother. Shout out to you too, DJ. What's going on? Salute, bro. I sent you the link to your DM, so whenever you got time, come on in, brother. Come on in. Nate, what's going on? Good to see you. I have kids myself, but I'm tuning in to hear what everyone has to say. Hey, that's good enough for me, my guy. That's good enough for me. All right, Alex, I am surprised you was able to get on without me having to add you in. How you got lucky this time?
Because I don't just have a phone. I have a laptop, and I decided to use it for once.
Uh,
I could click the link. Yeah. I don't like using it. It's so much work to open it and just, it's just, it's so much work.
Not really. Once you get used to it, it's a breeze. Once you get used to it, it's a breeze. Actually, it's better than using a phone because you got to worry about your phone overheating. You got to worry about draining your battery. Then you got to worry
True.
about your phone freezing up. You got to worry about your phone freezing up. So actually, the PC is actually better than using a phone.
Nah,
So
I feel you. But I grew up being used to like a mouse and a computer, like a desktop, and then I got a laptop and I never use it. So now I'm just used to my phone. So the idea of like not having a mouse, I don't like it. And I have one, but I
Okay.
just
Well, I got a portable mouse. I got a portable mouse because these touch mouses, man, they crazy as hell. You know, they crazy as hell trying to
yeah,
navigate
I
them
got a
damn things.
wireless mouse just for this laptop, but I got it like 2 years ago when I got the laptop, and I don't know where it went. It's like brand new in the box somewhere. I don't know where.
Okay. Yeah, damn. You got a new laptop. I don't know where it's at. Shit, that's money being wasted. You better find it.
No,
Shit.
this is the new laptop. I bought it like 2 years ago, but
Oh,
I
okay.
maybe 15
Gotcha.
times. But the day I bought the laptop, I bought a mouse at Best Buy with it, like a wireless mouse, but I don't know where I put it.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Lene said she on her laptop for first time. And Lene, tell me, how's that working for you? It works much better, don't it? It works much better, don't it? All right, man. We got some people on the panel now. Paul, brother, you came in. So nice to see you finally get on, brother. We talk about this a lot, man. So tell me your thoughts. Are we the downfall of the children, man?
Well, Chris, in my opinion, what I see in this generation of children today is messed up. Right now, for
Mm-hmm.
me, in my opinion, there's no guidance in society today for the young generation. No one is teaching these young girls anything. Sorry, these children anything. So right now, these children is like they are the ones who run the society. They're the ones who can pretty much do anything they want. And it's children having children. In other words, young girls having babies by any dudes, and they don't care. Dudes turn to be ancient thugs. They have a thug mentality, and they just criminalizing the black race. So right now, the only map and the only way of curing the black race is messages like what you're doing right, what you do on your panel, stuff like this needs to be talked about. The stuff that Tommy Sotomayor says needs to be talked about. This generation of young girls, it starts with them because they're the ones who
Mm-hmm.
society uplifts and praise.
Mm-hmm.
Society uplifts and praise. Them, if we can get the young generation of girls to make a change, then the offsprings or the kids that they produce, then the children that they produce will be decent. As it stands now, it's mothers producing corrupted children. This is what's going on in society right now. Corruption is producing corruption. The mothers need to be taught with. But at the same time, at the same time, these guys they ain't shit. They're no good. I will admit that. They're no good. They ain't shit, and you can't tell them anything. Why? Because they were raised up with a female's mentality of doing what they want. No, guys. But you know what? Let me just pause right now and shift to talk to somebody else.
Is he cutting out for
Paul, what?
anybody other than me?
Hey, yeah, I hear Paul. What about that word you be saying? These jackasses. How you be saying that shit? Hear Paul. Paul.
Hey, Chris, I can hear you.
Hey, what's that you be saying about the jackasses? How you be saying that jackasses? These jackasses. How you be saying the
See what?
jackasses? You say these jackasses people, how they be doing stuff and stuff. Yeah.
This is how I phrase it. It's jackasses raising jackasses. That's pretty much how I put it.
I just had to hear you say that one time, bro. Hey, but you're right though. You're right. It is. You know, it's kids raising kids, jackass raising jackass, and you said one even better: corruption raising corruption. So, good way to put it, brother. I like that. My man Keenan, what's going on, brother? What's your thoughts on the subject, man?
My bad. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
As far as saying like, are we the problem? I was saying like the parents are the problem, like because you can't blame kids for something that you can't blame young kids for something that they don't know. Like they're pretty much a sponge at that point. Like I see people that I went to high school with. They post videos on Facebook of blasting like Young Thug and like I don't even listen to rap that much. Whatever hip hop's out right now, that's what they listen to. And they be like, oh, look at my little king, look at my little queen, he's saying all the lyrics. Like, who does that?
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you said that, bro, because I think that is so crazy that we encourage kids to learn lyrics to a rap song. They got dick, pussy, slugs, bitches, whores, and all that stuff up in it. And we encourage them to learn their lyrics and talk about some you know what they saying. What's funny about that?
Like it's supposed to be something cute. Like how can you like teach them a different language or something? But you can't tell a parent to teach her kid a different language and she doesn't know a different language.
Now, you said something that just piqued my interest. You said you can't blame it on the kids, or you say they too young to know, or something to that fact. That no matter if I'm quoting it right, and I agree with you to an extent. But hold up, and that's where we supposed to come in at because they don't know. Are we supposed to come in? You know what I'm saying? Try to give them wisdom or give them stories or how we grew up and the trials and tribulations that we went through to make it to help them make better decisions on their path of life. Would you agree with that?
Yes. All right. Let me elaborate a little bit more. A parent can do, or like a grown adult or a guardian, whoever you want to call it, they can do the best
Chastity.
for a kid.
Chastity.
Yes.
Get the mute, please.
I'm being noisy.
Yes, you are, as always.
He's just getting on to you because you're the one white girl on the panel. It's okay, Chaz.
The only white girl, huh? I'm okay with that.
Just you, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, you are. Yeah,
No,
you like
I
a little
just want
mouse.
to tell
You like
y'all
a mouse.
hi.
Oh, well, thank you,
Well,
dear.
hi.
I hope you enjoy yourself.
That's how you
Yeah,
said it.
right.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy yourself. But hey, feel free to stay on if you can. If you can't hear us, because like I said, you still like you having more fun than any of us. You out there with music at a football game. Shit, I love to be in your shoes right now.
Chris, can you say music again?
Right.
Music.
I'm just saying, I heard you over here making fun of the way Paul talks, trying to make him say jackass again. So I'm just saying, if you're going to get on him about the way he talks, I'm going to get on you about the way you talk.
Busted.
Yeah. I know we say jackass. I know we say jackass. It's funny to me we say, or we say whores. It's funny to me. So
I know.
It's the way that you say whores is hilarious.
I heard that. A lot of people tell me, they say, "Why I say whores is kind of funny." I don't know how you know whores, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. But go ahead, Keenan, brother. Sorry, but go ahead, brother.
No, that was a cool little segment. Where Chastity? I didn't even see her come up.
She got like 50 different accounts, so every time she shows up, you see something different.
Got
No,
you.
I only got 3 of my own and 2 of Tommy's.
Oh wait, there you are. You are a horse.
Yes, I got a hybrid.
With
Cassidy
Boy,
did
I
that for me because she
fucking
knows I
will.
love horses and I used to ride them when I was younger. So she did that just for me.
No, girl, that horse is on the beach at a place I really, really want to go to.
You know I'd be making shit up.
Right. Go ahead, Keenan, because there's a couple of things in the chat I want to read, and I want everybody to kind of elaborate on. So go ahead, brother, what you were saying. You say you want to elaborate more on what I was saying, so go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. So it's like, you know, the parents who like literally did everything that they possibly could to put their kids like in the right direction, and they still get like the jackass juvenile.
Mm-hmm.
Like at that point, you gotta hold the kid accountable, or like a teenager. To that point, it'd be a teenager. So it's probably
Juvenile.
like an age range, I think.
Okay, juvenile. I'm glad you mentioned that. You got a lot of kids that's growing up that's staying in the juvenile system, and you got a lot of parents that act like it doesn't bother them. To me, it'd be a fucking embarrassment that my child is in the juvenile. You know, I know sometimes kids will slip up and they'll do something okay because we human, we all slip up. But if you constantly going back, that's to me that would be an embarrassment. But some of these parents won't even acknowledge that it's an embarrassment. So what would you say about that, brother?
If they got to go more than once, let their ass stay there.
Thank you. Tough love. There you go. Tough love. That's what I'm talking about. All right, my man checking for you said, with social mediums such as YouTube, why even place your child in about a school when you have Khan's Academy of Magash? I'm not sure what he meaning by it, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all know what he's talking about. Mama Linus came out and said, every child need to find themselves. We can give them the guidance. It's up to them to ultimately what they do. Society is cruel and deceptive, but also kind and informative. You're absolutely right on that, Mama. I salute to you on that. My girl Tamara in the building, she said, the community have a responsibility to help raise the next generation of children, but some people make it hard. Dear, you are absolutely right. Clovis, how you doing? Then checking for you came back and said, you can learn everything on YouTube from cooking, mathematics, literature, language, culture, maintenance on your cards or anything. That's true. Time trying to find all that look. Know what I'm saying? We ought to take the time, know what I'm saying, to look at bullshit. Who fighting? You know, who twerking? Know what I'm saying? Who doing something sexual? Or who sexualized their children? So I agree with you, but do we take the time to to look at shit like that? Educational shit. Know what I'm saying? Though. Real talk, we're
I
gonna get
wanted
up in
to
there.
say something
You know,
on what Kenan was saying.
Go ahead.
Like, when y'all were saying, like, when kids say bad things, it's up to the parents to tell them, like, not to say it and that it's wrong. But what I've noticed is, instead of teaching them that it's wrong, people are proud that their kids know what it means. Like, you'll see a kid be like, fuck you, bitch. And then someone will be like, why are you letting the kids say that? And they're like, I think you said the right context too. They even know what it means. Like, you're proud that your kid knows how to say fuck you, bitch at 3.
Exactly.
They be proud that they're educated enough to do bad shit. That's a problem. It's so cute. Like when your kid first says like bitch or something, you're like, did they really just, and you're like, okay, don't say that. Like it is funny, but you tell them not to. But some people just think it's so funny. They will keep pushing their kid to say it because it's hilarious that they know how to say it.
Mm-hmm. Alex, let me stay on you for a minute. Alex, let me stay on you for a minute. I want you to answer this. I want to start with you on this one. I'm gonna go back to Ken because like he had something he wanted to say. My girl Lene say we can't let electronics raise our kids, and when they are on electronics, then we need doing and who they are interacting with. How you feel about that?
I definitely think, and this is speaking from someone who has a 6-year-old son, I definitely think our kids are obsessed with electronics. When I was a kid, I'd go out in the backyard and I remember we had an old deck and then we got that deck tore down and then we had a new one built and there were these big, like this big pieces of like concrete, just like concrete circle things. And they were like something that the old deck had sat on. And I would go out there in the summertime and I would take an egg and sticks and I would crack the egg on it and pretend like I'm cooking it, because I saw in movies where people are like cooking shit on a hot rock. I really thought I was doing something. My kid is more into playing Xbox, playing GTA 5. Like my kid's 6, he's been playing GTA 5 since he was 3. I tried not to let him play it. He would get in there and be playing it. So I'm like, okay, whatever, he's playing it, because I'm just not the perfect parent and I let my kid play GTA 5. Hate on it if you want, I do it. Okay. Anyway. And he likes to play on the iPad. My thing is, I feel like we're at a point where no matter what we do, you can tell your kid to go outside and play, but they're going to prefer electronics. It's just how life is in 2016. So I just feel like if our kids are going to be on electronics no matter what and we can't stop it, we might as well make whatever they're watching better than being out in the streets. For instance, my kid likes to get on the iPad and watch YouTube videos of people playing video games. Well, that's all cool until you got a guy talking about, yeah, let's kill that bitch. So I make sure the people that he watches are not saying filthy stuff. They're just playing games. But it's like, hey, you can't stop him from watching electronics. So he can either watch that or go outside and play. And he might end up playing with some kids that are, you know, out in their back shed, making out and playing spin the bottle. So it's like, let them play with electronics because you can't stop it. But make sure they're watching stuff that's better than them being out in the streets.
Hey, you know what? I can agree with some of this stuff you said, but some of this stuff can be debunked. First of all, let me start with the GTA 5. Ain't no way no young kids will be playing that game. I mean, I'm sorry. Too violent, and they do some of everything in that game. They show some of everything in that game. So, should no young child be playing GTA, period. I mean, that's just my opinion. Just said some parents just let the shit ride just to get them out their hair. You know, as far as the YouTube thing, I mean, yeah, if you watch other people playing video games, I'm cool with that. You know, I can ride with that. But just like somebody said in the chat, you know, I mean, you can stop that. You know, during school week, take the electronics from them. They schoolwork. Because like I said, when I was growing up, the Nintendo used to always get taken away, especially if you were fucked up. The Nintendo get taken away. You got your lesson learned once you got that electronics taken away. Now, as far as him going outside, you know, of course, you heard me talking about that before y'all started coming on. Now, as far as outside, now that's where I think a lot of parents mess up. When your kids go outside, I mean, don't just let your kids run free, because kids get curious. You know, you could tell them, you better not leave here. As far as that, but if they got their little friends peer pressuring them, come on, let's go do that. Let's go sit right around the corner. Let's go see what's at the corner, you know, and we come right back. But that corner could be a possibility last time you see your child. So, you know, you gotta get into better to monitoring your kids, you know. Put them somewhere where you can see them in one of your favorite spots. If you got a window, you can sit in your favorite chair or something and watch them while you're reading a book or reading it or watching TV or something like that. I mean, it's not hard, you know, but like I said, some parents make it hard because some of them, like checking for you said, so fucking lazy, or a lot of them, you know what I'm saying, just be glad that they not in the house getting on their fucking nerves, you know what I'm saying, or some of them may got their little friend over, probably doing some foreplay or whatnot, you know, because that sex is something serious, you know what I'm saying, to some women, so they get rid of their kids, you know, so that's what I say. But you made a lot of good points, but some of them can be debunked though. So good points, chick. Good points. Good points. Yeah. DJ, you made it, brother. Brother, you made it, brother. So I know you probably got a mouthful to say about this. Go ahead, brother.
Just before I start, just want to say what's up to everybody on the panel. I see my daughter's on there. She's messing with her hair, but half the time we don't even know what she's talking about. She makes some really good points, but at the same time, I'm
right.
To see it. Everybody,
hey, your audio, yeah, your audio is cutting it real bad.
All right, let me see what's going on here.
You look so cute today, Dad, by the way. Look at you.
Appreciate you.
You look like twins. I mean, like, not at all, but, you know, it just felt like the right thing to say.
Hold on, let me see. I'll put on my headphones to get that will work.
Yeah, try that, man. Or if not, you probably drop off and come right back on.
Yo, okay. Well, since we're being quiet right now, side note, I'm not being paid to advertise by them because I ain't nobody, but this is fucking delicious. Okay, this icebreakers
Oh, hell yeah.
grape shit.
Yeah.
This stuff tastes like candy. And where's that? Look at that sugar-free gum. You see? Look at that. And it's so good. It's so good. It's real good.
Noted. All right, let's hear you now, DJ. See how you sound, brother.
212. What we got?
Yeah, it's still cracking up, so you probably want to drop off and come right back on, brother.
Yeah, let me try that out. See what's going on.
You sound a little bit better
All
now.
right. Yeah, but it's still cracking up, so you probably need to drop off and come back on. They usually solve the problem. So,
Let me drop off. I'll be right back.
Keenan, before we, okay, brother. Keenan, before we get to Alex, no, I think you had some more you had to say too, brother. So after the points that she made, the points I said, what do you agree, what you disagree? Because when she said that GTA 5, that immediately caught my attention because me personally, GTA period is a valid video game. A valid video game where you shooting cops. You're actually shooting cops on there, and you are seeing pornographic stuff, and you are seeing sexual stuff, and you can actually on that game actually stop and buy prostitutes on that game. So in my opinion, like I said, kids shouldn't be playing that game at all, man. So that's one of the things she said that caught my attention. But for what you heard so far, the point that she made, man, how much you want to add on to that? Or do you have something totally different to say?
No, I agree. There's like a thin line when it comes to playing the video games like GTA 5, just because of like the content that's in there. But if your kid knows how to differentiate that it's just a video game, the same way that they have to do like TV shows, movies, etc., etc. Like, I don't know, like at 6 years old, like I would probably say like 10 or 12, my kids can play GTA, but teach their own. As long as at this point, it does seem like a better option than them being outside.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to be like misunderstood though. I did try to take GTA from him, and I took it away for a while, but he was just like so addicted to it that I was just, like I said, not a perfect parent, so I would just let him play it. But like he used to play Saints Row, and I did put a stop to that because it was like on Xbox 360. This is a couple years ago. It was like they do like when you have the Xbox Gold membership, they give you like a free game download every month. There's a free game of the month, and Saints Row the Third was the free game of the month 1 month. So I remember we had downloaded it, and he was playing it, and I didn't really like it. I was like, it just seems like a Kmart version of GTA 5, right? Like GTA 5 is like the Walmart. It's like where you go. But, Saints Row just seemed like a knockoff to me. Anyway, he was playing it, and I remember one day I like walked into his room, and I was like, what are you doing? He goes, oh, mommy, watch what I can do. And I was like, okay, what? And he was like, look, I beat the cops with this big dick. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And they have a purple dildo in the game, and it's like big as me. Like it's just a giant purple dildo, like a 5 foot long purple dildo, and you just swing it and you can beat him. And I was like, I'm sorry, what are you doing? He was like, I'm beating the cops with the dick. And I was like, yeah, turn that off. So he can't play that because he likes to beat cops with dicks. So there are some games where, and I didn't know how he could understand it was a dick, but then again, he has one. So I guess he recognized it. But yeah, some of the stuff in games I definitely think is bad. But like with GTA, he don't really understand what a lot of it means.
Okay.
Well, Alex, what you just said was interesting. Really interesting. Beating cops with dicks.
Yeah.
That's something. That's something.
I've seen it. It is, bro. I mean, I can understand the comical aspect of it, but too much, But I can understand the comic aspect of it, and just like Peaceful said, she said GTA is not allowed at our home at all, and I don't blame you, lady. I don't blame you at all.
Who said that?
Peaceful. She said she wouldn't have GTA in her house, and I don't blame you. Appreciate you living. Sabrina should be here after a while. She had to go take care of some issues with her dealing with her son, you know. So hopefully everything turned out okay with that. But thank you for coming, bro. Thank you for coming. Yeah, but Alice, let me say one thing to you, because I noticed you said you did take GTA from him for a minute, but then he got so addicted you gave it back to him. Well, hold up. Who's the parent and who's the child?
I feel like I'm the parent and he's the child. At that time though.
Wait, well, you feel like it. You feel like it.
Well, yeah, but the reason I say that is his father and I were still together at that time. This is like a year and a half ago. And his dad is definitely the nice mommy in that situation. So I would say he can't play it. And his dad would be like, just let him play it. And I'm like, no, he's not playing it. And then when I'm not around, his dad would allow him to play it because his dad would just, he's the whatever you want type of parent. So there weren't parenting agreements. Like, we weren't on each other's team. He was team Lincoln and I was team Lincoln's going to be good. So that was a problem.
Yeah, you know what? I see where you're going with this, you know what I'm saying? Because as fathers, we will do that, you know, when we think that the mom is nagging.
Yeah.
We'll find every loophole we get, and we'll go back and say, hey, go ahead, man, your mom ain't here. Go ahead. So I get where you come from and everything. So I feel you on it. Okay, cool. Because for a minute, I was like, well, hold up now. You the parent. That's the child. You don't let the child tell you what to do. You tell them what to do.
Right.
You know,
we got to the point with that where I had to tell my son what to do and tell his dad, no, this is what you're going to do. And I didn't like that I had to mommy my child and my son's father. So, yeah.
Shout out to my man VA. He just popped up in the chat. What's going on, my guy? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Checking for you said the only video game console system he will have in the house while children are present would be Nintendo. Nintendo is typically designed for children. Hey, bro, you're right. It sure is. None of that game ain't got none of that crazy shit up in it. You know, it just like the updated version of Atari. That's what I look at Nintendo. You know, just better graphics. Nintendo never had none of that crazy stuff on there. So that's a good point you made, brother. That's a good point you made. As a matter of fact, maybe everybody need to take notes on that. When you have kids coming over, make sure you keep a Nintendo so they can play something that can't corrupt their mind, because you can't go wrong with Super Mario Brothers. You can't go wrong with Pac-Man. You know, you can't go wrong with Duck Hunt. That's a good idea, brother. That's a good idea. Zelda, you can't go wrong with Zelda, like Chicken said. You can't go wrong with Zelda.
Nintendo got 007. We trying to make it seem like it's all good.
They do?
No, I'm talking about the old school Nintendo.
I know Nintendo 64.
I'm talking about the first one.
Yeah, like Nintendo 64.
Yeah.
Not anything as far as like the new Nintendo consoles, like everything is pretty much kid friendly.
No, I'm talking about the first Nintendo that came out, the Nintendo Entertainment System. You know, when they just had regular generic games.
Oh yeah, that was straight kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, that's probably not be a bad idea for people who want to have a lot of kids over when it comes to video games. Maybe keep a Nintendo around just to have something to keep their attention span going, you know, instead of let them play the updated version of these games. 'Cause I can tell you now, Xbox One, 360, PlayStation 4, pretty much every game you play gonna have some kind of violence in it, some kind of nudity in it, some kind of drug related shit up in it, some kind of sex up in it, you know. I mean, that's just what it is, you know, because stuff like that sells for video game consoles. And now, my brother VA just said, blaming video games is lazy parenting. Hey, that too, bro. That too, because they, you know, let them do the shit. And like I said, they want the kids like they hair. They just let them run free, play what they want to play, watch what they want to watch, and they don't give a damn. But then get mad when they get up and see it. Then talk about, what the hell you doing watching it? Well, you had your ass up and monitoring what you had in there for them to watch. Then you wasn't at them. You know, the time whoop they had and shit. That's your fault. That's your fault. You know, see, prepare. You won't have to be mad. You don't have to worry about pulling out no strap and whooping some ass. That's what I say. Like I said, I don't have no kids, so who am I to talk? You know. Got the
Right.
lovely Miss
Hi,
Clovis.
Felicia.
And we got Miss Clovis on the panel. Oh, it's been a while, dear. How you doing?
I'm doing good, baby boy. How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing
Clover?
so fine. You are coming on a good topic, so let's hear you, boo. Let's hear you.
Okay, well, first off, when my children, I raised 3 sons. Okay, none of them's never been in jail. I'm raising 2 daughters now, 7 and 6. And there was some video games that was not allowed in my house, bottom line. And I took the video games away at when my oldest son, he is 34, when he was in 4th grade because he was disrupting the class by selling video game hints for 10 cents a piece. When I was called up to school about this, I came home and I said, okay, that's it. When Monday comes, you do not have this video game on. You can have it back on Friday at 6 o'clock. It gets put back up on Sunday. And this was the reason why I did this, was because I wanted their mind on school. I wanted their mind on other things. He is a veteran today. He joined the Navy for 4 years, turned joined the Army. I'm not trying to take kudos for this. I'm just saying sometimes a parent, it's 24/7 job. Your kids aren't going to like you for some of the things they do. Now, my children knew, I had this thing about it. They knew not to push mom too much. And I was in a divorced family. They go to their fathers. They come home with games and certain music. And one thing I did not allow them to have in my house was certain things that was going to not teach them, but that was going to be a norm to them. And it was like, no, it ain't happening. You got to do other things in your life. Video games ain't the only thing you have in life. You got to start, kids have to start getting to the point where their brain and their actions are going to be other things than just a video game 24/7. You know, my sons would stay on the video game 24/7 if they were allowed to. They have to do other things. And that's why I told them, go outside and play, but you also have to be a parent. Gonna go check on them kids, and if they're doing something wrong, then they have to be punished for that. Now, my one son would tell his father, thanks us. We'll tell her you're gonna call child abuse. You know, that boy came home and he told me one day, he said, I'm gonna call child abuse. I said, listen here, boy. And I pitched him the phone. I said, you go ahead and you dial it right now. Here's the number. But when you do that, I'm gonna give them a damn. I said, I'm gonna give you You know what that boy did? He put the phone down and says, I ain't talking to you, and went to his room. Okay, you'll get over it. You get over it. But parents have to actually, you can't be a parent, and say that at certain hours of the day is when you're parenting. You have to be a parent 24/7. It's a tiresome job. There was times, Chris, that I would actually sit in my garden tub and cry my eyes out because I was so tired at night after everyone went to bed. And I was raising 6 boys. 6 boys. And believe me, it was a job. But you know what? I look back, a lot of them joined the military today. And I'm not taking kudos for that. I'm taking kudos for God help me through this. Because, you have to be able to tell your child no. Marilyn Manson was a big thing back when my son was young. And I was told he had the CD from his father. I walked into his room, turned on the light. He was listening to it with his headphones. I walked over, I picked up a CD player. I looked at it, opened it, and I said, what the hell's this? Oh, well, you need to understand. And I said, no. See, there's controversy with me and this dude. Now, when you can sit and tell me why you like his music, I'll give it back. That boy came to me, set me down at the kitchen table, and he explained to me why he listens to the music. And there wasn't a damn thing that made sense out of that boy. And I said, well, I'm going to tell you what. You're 15 years old. When you get 16, come back and talk to me. And these boys didn't like what happened, and they hated me. Oh, they wanted to leave me. They want to go live with daddy because daddy gave them everything. But to this day, who do they call for Father's Day? They call me. My son sat at a barbecue and said, that's my father right there. My father didn't father me correctly. He did. And we hated her for that. And he said, but we call her on Father's Day. So, you get your rewards later in life, but during the time that you are parenting, you don't feel like you're going to get that reward. But you do get that reward later in life. And that's what we got to do. And I'm raising 2 little girls here right now. My 7-year-old pays tributes to LEOs. She's got cluster of correspondence from police officers nationwide, tying little blue ribbons around a tree when a police officer shot dead on, in the line of duty. And this was her to do this. Chris, she came to me and asked me, what are radical brownies when the Ferguson thing went down? And that's my neighborhood. I grew up in Ferguson. And I told her, I said, and I tried to explain to her the best I could why these little children were doing what they were doing. And she said, that ain't right. And she has now been paying tributes to LEOs nationwide. She bakes the cookies and cakes for police departments. But she also knows there are a couple, there's a few that ain't good. And you know what she says about them? They need to find another job because they're making it bad for the good ones. So, this is a little girl who I did not impress this upon her. She did this herself. And, it comes a time when I have to sit down and explain to her when there is news, because she watches news in the morning. She either watches that or weather. She does not watch cartoons. And, this little girl, she was my granddaughter. She now adopted. And you know what gets me? Her own daddy came, Chris, and asked me to intervene in his divorce because the mother was going to win. You know where the mother is today? She's got needle marks up and down her arms and saying, injustice, they took my kids.
Oh, my God.
Injustice was you could not take care of your children.
Wow.
So we spent our retirement getting these babies. And, I'm going to tell you, when a child is sitting there saying, look what I can do, look what I can do, you gotta be willing to say, no, come here. Take them off the game and set them down and talk to them and tell them why that ain't good before you take it away. But I'm sorry, I'm from old school. You messed up, you got your ass beat. Bottom line. And I love my children. I told them this is gonna hurt me as much as it's gonna hurt you. And my one son said, I just don't see the reason there. It's my butt that hurts, not yours. And I said, it's hurting me that I have to do this to you. No, it ain't. To this day, he kept saying, I don't know how in the hell you think that pain hurts you more than it hurt me. But
yeah, I never understood that till I had a child.
Yeah, and being a mother, and that's what a lot of people don't do. I watch, my sister, her son ran away at 12 years old and was given a bus ticket. You want to know why? Because she used a computer as a babysitter. She let that boy on a computer. He is gay today. He ran away. He got molested by the man and the woman. He stole the man's car to come back.
Wait, the man and the woman?
Mm-hmm. And he served time in juvenile for stealing the car, but they didn't do a damn thing to the man and woman. So you see, and she came to me crying, oh, he ran away and this and that. I said, you know what? This is your fault. You let him sit on that computer 24/7, talking to strangers you did not even know. And then you're going to come to me crying about it. No, you failed this boy. So, see, I'm from old school. I grew up we were 9 children in my family. 9. And when we messed up, my mother lined us all up. And I hated her for that. It was like, I know what she was doing now. She got to where she told us, she said, one of you guys are going to turn on the one that's being bad. And you're going to tell on him. And she was right, because we started telling her. Before you hit me with that belt, I'm going to tell you right now, I seen him do it. We started taking him down, each other, one of us. But it was the point that parenting is 24/7. If your child's got something you don't like, you got to stop it. I fought with my ex-husband on a daily basis because of the things he was telling my children to do and the things he was telling my children that they could say and giving them things they wanted because he got them on the weekends. And then I come to find out, Chris, he wasn't even taking care of them on the weekends. His daddy was. They were visiting their grandfather, not their dad. So see, you have to step in and you have to start, seeing what is right and what's wrong. And I always tell my kids this, you mess up, mama will be there behind you to make you fix that and make it right. But if you're right, this woman is going to stand beside you all the way and love you all the way and help you fight that battle, and we will win. And that's what I instilled.
Close, let me ask you here, and then move on to somebody else. And I thank you for coming on the panel because I love your inputs. In your opinion, is that necessary that a male role model needs to be in the house with kids?
Yes, they should be. They should be.
Okay.
Because I feel that a role model is a very strong in a child's life, and yes, they should be.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. DJ, let me hear you. Let me hear how you sound, brother, before I come to you.
We got.
Ooh,
there you go. You sound good, brother. Appreciate it.
Now.
Yeah, you sound real smooth, brother.
All right. That's why they call me that. They don't call me that for nothing.
Oh,
had to
boy.
throw that in there.
Let me ask you something. I saw something in
yes, sir.
I saw something in the chat room that caught my attention. I want to say Mama Linus said it. She said if the chat ain't went on too far, she said something about it's a mutual respect between the parent and the child. It goes both ways, something like that. She said about it's a mutual respect for the child and the mother. So I'm guessing, Mama, if you could put that in the chat again so I can say it correctly. But I think the gist of it is, it's got to be a mutual respect. I guess the child got to have respect and the parent got to have respect. But the way I'm looking at it, man, you kind of look at that different ways. Because remember, like I told Alex earlier, you are the parent. You are the child. I guess I can respect you to an extent as a child, because I don't want to be on you like the wrath of God. I want to give you some kind of breathing room. But I want you to know who your mama is, who your daddy is, and we don't play that. But maybe I'm saying something wrong. So what's your input on that, brother? On that about the mutual respect thing with the kids and
Well, my take on it is this. Has to be a mutual respect between parent and child, but the child also needs to know first and your friend second, where a lot of this control has gone to left as far as these kids are concerned in this generation. And that there's a saying that's called the hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. From the parents. And the thing is, it's like back in the days when I was growing up, and probably you also, that when parents said, this is what we need done, this is what we had to do. There was no room for them saying no. There was no, let's make a deal. This is how it is. But at the same time, it's more like they do what they're told, they do get rewards. But in the same sense, it's more like they did have to work towards those rewards also. They had to do it. Because guess what? If you let kids have too much leeway, that's what you got now. The times have changed from the days of old to the days of now. They need to get back to where the parents sat down with children and talked to them, but don't talk at them, but talk to them, but also let them give you their introspect as well. It goes both ways.
I like that.
It has to go both ways, because yes, they do have their own minds, and like you have to grow their minds to where that they can think on their own eventually. But you are the one that started off. Everything starts at home. It don't start out in the streets. It doesn't start off in schools or anywhere else. Everything starts at home. The parents are the first teachers of the child. You teach them the right ways to right and wrong, but once they get out in the world, it's up to them to actually see that for themselves. They do know right from wrong because you teach it to them. Now, in this case,
I'm gonna head over into the chat room now, guys.
Say what?
I'm gonna come to the panel and join the chat room, guys. So I'll see y'all later.
Not really bad.
Yeah, you showed it. You said something about you said something about jumping off the panel. Is that what you said?
I think he said he couldn't understand us, so he was going to jump off and watch it.
Okay, brother. Hey, appreciate you coming on, brother. Appreciate you coming on.
I had something to say with what DJ was saying, though.
Wait. DJ, are you done? Or are you still going?
She can say what she needs. I can step back on if you need. Go ahead, daughter.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, dude.
Like with me, what I do with my son, I mean, yes, I do teach him right from wrong, and I do correct him when he does something wrong. But at the same time, I feel like, our kids are our kids, and we have to teach them what's right and what's wrong. But at the end of the day, they are their own person. So you can't overly control them. Like or at least in my opinion, like if I tell my son, don't say something or don't do something, and he keeps doing it, and I beat the brakes off him and he's still doing whatever, I'll be like, okay, well, and I'll explain why what he's doing is wrong and how I don't want to deal with it. But typically I can get him to stop when it's stuff that is just ridiculous. But it's like, I don't know, there's certain things where you have to let your kids be your kids. Like if he's just being noisy as hell with the toy, and I'm like, stop, like do it in your room or something. He's like, oh, I want to play with it. Then I'm like, okay, I can't just do what I want to do and say what I want to say, because at the end of the day, he's playing with this toy and it's being loud, so it's bothering me, but he's not really doing anything wrong. He's playing with this toy. Like, I don't know, basically pick and choose your battles, and like, you still have to let your kids be their own person, because at the end of the day, they're your children, you gave them life, but like, they're not your property. You can't just make them do everything you want them to do. You know?
Right, because they are their own people. But at the same time, it's like they have to you only let them go as far as you let them go. But only thing is, do it in a respectful manner.
Yeah.
That's what that comes from. And there was something I was thinking about earlier on from what I heard. And I think like something that you had said, Chris, about how like the kids are like doing a whole lot more cursing when they're much younger and all that stuff. And the parents is cheering them on and putting them on Facebook Live and World Star Hip Hop and all that type of garbage. Growing up in the time I grew up with, and I know I go back a lot, guys, but one thing is, this is more like as a teaching thing. It was more like something to think about just in case it happens to you. Back in the days, if we even said one word wrong, either you got popped or you going in the bathroom to wash your mouth out with soap. So that way it lets you know, okay, you can go but so far, but at the same time, don't be stupid about it. Because I know maybe once or twice, I know I had to do it. And, you know, like I've said before, I know I got beat twice with switches. So usually when you had to get the punishment, if y'all know what I'm saying. Go ahead.
Alex said something that caught my attention. She said, I can't make my kids do everything. I'm trying to see how you look at that, because if there was a possibility that you can't make them do anything, then I think a lot of kids would just be hard-headed when you tell them to do something, you know. But now you want to say in the sense that I'm not gonna make them do stuff that I want to do, then I can ride with you on that. But to say that you can't make them do anything. I mean, they did it, huh?
Can I interject for a sec? I tried.
Go ahead, bro.
I think I know where Alex is trying to come from. Here's the understanding. You have to have your child. You have to have your child. Your child. You can tell your child whatever you think you want and think it's supposed to listen. But if you don't build an understanding with the child and make sure that what you're saying makes sense to that child, your child's kids aren't stupid. Kids look at, and this is where I'm gonna say this for a lot of the guys that are in their 40s and older, that older generation, they get stuck on that. It's kind of like with music. They get stuck on what I grew up in is better. So it's better now, and what y'all new stuff is doing is foolish. There's no guideline, there's no uniform to parenting. These are individual children, and they all have individual needs, individual attitudes and whatnot. And when you don't build an understanding with a child and you just tell it what to do and there's not an understanding, that child looks and goes, well, truthfully, they might not tell you, but your child looks at you and goes, well, I think my parents pretty stupid. And they go do what they do anyway. They might not tell you.
You're right, though.
That's a good point.
You're right.
They'll go do what they do. The problem is we have a lot of people that are stuck in what they believe in and how they grew up with, and they think it's the better way, and they think their child, just because their child's young and they know it all because they're older, they have it all figured out. Meanwhile, the child's like, well, you don't have it actually figured out. A lot of parents think they have it figured out, and they don't. And I think this is the problem where we're running into. It's the same thing with, like I said, we're having with music. The old school generation thinks everything they did was better. And almost like me and Patrick talked about last night, the old school generation is more fucked up than they want to admit. They think they were perfect, but they're not. Far from it.
Oh, they've never been perfect.
They don't want to talk about that is holding the new generation back, that the new generation had to find out for themselves. And the old generation's going, wow, the new generation's acting like this. Yeah, because the new generation had to find out a bunch of shit on their own because of lazy-minded parenting and parents who just said, well, I know better because I know, and you know, Jesus knows better and blah, 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 and shit like that. You have people that's in their egos. They just don't, and you can't change them. They're just like everybody else with things that you can't convince them. They're just sheep in their own system of belief and whatever they think's going on. It's no different.
Hey, VA, salute to you on there, brother. That was nicely put, man.
Good
salute
point.
to you on there, brother. Damn good point you made, man. Thanks for helping me out on that, you know, because it's kind of hard for me to try to explain because I don't have kids, but I've been around them because my grandma used to run a daycare. But still, I can't just really speak deeply on the issues because I don't have any. I can only talk about my experience growing up.
Yeah.
And my experience growing up versus now, like Slack saying, man, the world has changed. 1903 parenting is way out the window. So but like I said in the beginning, to every problem there is some kind of solution.
Hey, bro, it seems like
right.
Sorry, bro. It seems like the baby boomer generation, like we said last night, are trying to blame everything on the new generation who didn't set this shit up. This is what the old generation is doing. We raised y'all. We got nothing to do with what's happening now, and we old now. We taught y'all what we can, and now we just moving on now. It's like the new generation. The baby boomer generation doesn't want no accountability for what happened. It was all, especially with black folks, they were beat up and abused from white folks back then. So now they have no accountability to what's happening now. It's the new generation. The black kids fucked everything up.
Yeah, let me ask you this, brother, and I'm glad you saying the things that you're saying. So let me ask you this: discipline. Some people say discipline is good. Some people say discipline meaning we still living back in the slavery days. Man, what's your input on that?
Discipline is well needed, and the problem is we don't have discipline. In any culture, women are not the leaders of discipline. I don't care how anyone wants to call it or anyone wants to stay. It's not there. There's no.
Yeah.
It's not fucking there. There's ways that they have their way of. There's some women that are more stricter than other women, but as far as discipline, the tough love, women are not great at tough love like that. And
no, they're not. No, they're not. They're not.
Yes, yeah. We're in lack of a lot of discipline, and when the woman is the backbone of the household, discipline will never be in that house. Most women now want to be the leader of the household. The guy's just, if there's a guy in the household now, he's usually just a fucking let me turn my mic down. It sounds loud. The guy's usually just there.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
That's true.
Discipline with the females running shit. They don't want to be accountable. How can you have discipline with an unaccountable creature?
Ooh, mine salute, brother. God,
and then we're gonna go not all because
chances are slim to none. Slim leaves town.
We know it's a wide majority of women who are like this. Let's stop trying to cover up because you might not be like this, which I don't believe that neither.
Right.
Women are egotistical.
Yeah, let's get that on.
Women always go, I don't do this.
About it.
No, it can't be true. No, you do it. That's why the dog. You know what they say when you throw a what's the rule when they say you throw a rocks at a pile of dogs, and you know which one got hit because they do what?
They holler.
Thank you. And that's what you get with women nowadays. Anything you say something that's a fact or fucking that you've seen and you've seen out of your experience, they go, oh no, that can't be true because that's not me. The same thing.
We're not talking about you, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not
I said it pretty much every show. I said it every show, man.
Yeah, that's why I said women are full of shit. Women are like cats. Women are just full of shit. They just hide it real good.
Right. The thing is, you know, you gotta have common sense, and the key word is common sense. To know that when we talk on stuff, and when people talk in general, of course, it can't be all. It can't be all. If all parents was bad and all mothers was bad, man, this whole world would go to shit.
Exactly, but it's still
exists. Almost, which is almost there now. You know the shit that's going on now. But come on, people, let's get out that mindset. Talk about we're not me. We're not talking about everybody. If the criteria don't fit you, that's what it is. You know, come on. We're not saying no, man. Roll with us. Work with us. Come on now. Come on, shit. So
right.
Man, Kanan, man, you know, VA got kind of speeches, man. He made some damn good points, man. I don't have to rebound, man. So what you got to say, brother? What you heard so far?
Hey, brother, I tell y'all now, when I started taking care of my 3 children 24/7, and I started realizing the way how women brag about how they own what with this and I started realizing it's not all what they chalked up to fucking be. I do this they claim they do. I do their job. And I don't run around these pats on my backs and all this shit and break to this. So I don't listen to a lot of that shit because what they do, I do it. And they can't tell me I don't because they should come live with me and come see it. I can deal more with children than they do because I know the bar that they have with children before they're like, get the fuck out my face with their kids. Seriously. I know how women are. Well, a lot of women are full of shit. Let's just call it what it is. You allow women to behave and pretend angels and these old loverly, motherly angels, and there's nothing wrong with them, but they hide. It's a second character that they play. When you live with women, and I know y'all men live with the men that live with women, y'all know what their real characters are when you live with them. They're not no sweet angels.
True. So true. So true.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
It's almost
the only thing I have did as far as these women did with their child is breastfeed.
That's the only what?
The only thing that I haven't did for a baby or children is breastfeed. Anything other women bring that they do, I do. I'm a full-time daddy.
You know you can breastfeed though, right?
Shut up, Alex.
No, it's physically possible. Any mammal can breastfeed. Any mammal that has nipples can breastfeed.
Nah.
I don't care. I won't be doing it. That's just
fun fact.
I don't see it happening, but I believe it. I don't see it happening.
Now, unless you talk about if they turning into a transgender and they developing breasts and they can develop milk like that, then
no.
Coming from
any mammal that has nipples has milk ducts. They can produce milk. You can like take medicine and you can produce milk. It is a fact. Just saying.
Yes, it is.
I'm not saying it's normal and like guys should want to, breastfeed, but I'm just saying if we're talking about it, men can breastfeed. Yeah, you're welcome. Getting schooled today.
Okay. Somebody said, okay, we telling people that we're not saying all this. Somebody said y'all not saying some either. Again, how many times we gotta go around this roller coaster?
Who said that?
Mama Lana said, but no one is saying some either. So language matters. I mean, how clear can we get? If you know you're not doing these things and you know the shoes is not fitting you, then why do we need to say all? Not all. Again, I just got you saying, we know it's not all. Because if it was all, this place would go to shit.
We know about, and Chris, we know about all children are blessed from God.
They say all, they say a lot of, they say men ain't shit. I'm not gonna say not all, because I'm not gonna be biased and say not all men are shit, because you got a lot of men out here that ain't shit. But it doesn't bother me.
If it applies to you, run. If it don't apply to me,
if it don't apply to me, well, I'm gonna be like, well, man, just say not all, man. You know what I'm saying? You make it like say all, man. I got conversations. No, it doesn't apply to me. So exactly. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, man. Hey, bro, so
Hey, Chris, I ain't seen none of us get mad. I see you, me, none of us get mad with any of these ladies talking about gay men. They ain't got nothing to do with
Never.
Right.
Don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Not all. You ain't talking about us. You talk.
Right. Hey, Raven, I see you in the building. Go ahead, Keenan. Go ahead, brother.
Oh my God, I'm starting to wonder: are they not even teaching English class anymore in like high school and stuff?
Bro, I don't know. But now, hold on. Now, Slack said we all are shit, but then he came back and clarified what he meant. What he said. He said,
we all shit.
Too much.
You depend on the hashtag. Just don't use the fucking hashtag when you're talking. And you're trying to explain linguistics.
Right.
Keenan, you sound like you need some of that Henny right now, bro.
Yo, that's why I left for a little bit, because that was coming, and I got Pizza Hut on like one of the screens.
Oh Lord, man, that boy got some
pizza. Lord, have mercy. Oh Lord, that pizza. There you go, that pizza.
And Henny.
It's going down.
It's going down.
But no, in all seriousness, he's trolling. All right, whatever. Women have become like more of a liability than like a pleasure to be around. So I just don't be around them at all. Like if I don't trust them with my life at this point, I don't feel comfortable being around them. Because
Okay.
like the crazy stuff that we're seeing with like Donald Trump and oh gosh, who else was it? Dr. Dre. Like they can literally any woman on the face of this planet can be like, he sexually assaulted me 50 years ago. And I can go to jail tonight.
Except for in Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah, that's a cool place. But other than there.
But you don't see us going to Saudi Arabia anytime soon.
I can deal with this one. I don't know, but it's just kind of weird. Like I just think they are a liability, and then they just pass that BS on to like their kids, especially when they're like single mothers.
Cortez, what's going on, bro? You walking past somebody who finished scrap. What's going on?
Oh no, I'm just walking home right quick from the gym.
Okay.
Yeah,
you said you got something you want to put on the topic, bro. So let's hear your views. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, hold on.
So now we got to hope for him because he walking home from the gym.
I can't.
Right.
Niggas are watching me in the jets. They might jump me.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
Did lose him for a minute. I hope everything is all right.
Right, yeah, is he all right? I tell you what, Cortez, I come back to you. Clovis, you heard what subject went spin off to, what do you agree with and what you don't agree with? Or if you want to piggyback out something we said, go ahead, darling. You got the flow.
Well, this is what I want to ask, because it is a different time, and times change, and music changes, and everything else changes. And parenting today with young children, I really give you regards, because times are harder. But I want to ask a question of everyone on this panel, because I appreciate every one of you guys. You make some good points.
The answer is no.
And I want to ask a question. What did you guys think when the mayor of Baltimore said, give them time, give them room to destroy? What was your action on that when you have?
Are you talking about the riot?
Yes. What was your action when you said, give them room to destroy?
They do that purposely. This is what I'm trying to wake people the hell up to. They would give you spaces to ride in, so you basically ruin your own shit. They won't allow you to go past a certain part, no matter where it's at. And it's basically just free room to make you feel like you did something, and then it's back to normal the next day. That's all it is.
On top of that, they can end up requesting. On top of that, they can end up requesting money. I'm sorry.
Hey, hold on for a minute.
That was my bad.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I was just saying what they do afterwards. After you fuck up your neighborhood, they then sell all your property within your neighborhood for low prices because you've done damaged it all. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then they move into corporations.
Okay, let me read something in the chat, man, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think about this. Mama Lioness, I'm not sure if she's getting offended or whatnot, but I don't know who she's responding to, but she said, "Oh, that's great. Say a young kid come across this on YouTube and hears women are a liability." My head.
Oh, that's great. Say wait.
Women
that's
can't have
because
I have
a perfect response for this.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, we going in a roller coaster with this, but my answer to that is, if a kid does watch it and you are the one that's watching it or allowing him to watch it, okay, once the kid grows up and he's watching this and he be like, they saying this, but mama, that's not how you raised me. Look at me, you raised me good. So you ain't hold no accountability. I'm sure he ain't talking about maybe my answer's not making any sense. Somebody hit me out, man.
I have a perfect response for this, and it goes with what we've been talking about. If a kid comes across this and sees this, that people are saying that women are a liability, it goes back to electronics don't need to raise your children. Parents need to. So hopefully if a child sees this, he has a father in the home that he can ask about it, and his father will assure him that it is true, women are a liability.
And also, I was going to say that it's also a way of them manipulating the mindset of these children to make sure they only think the way they want them to think.
Well said.
Watch out for these.
Well said.
These are mini.
On top of that, but wait.
I know the mentality of these people. I've been studying these for people for a while, and they're mini dictators.
To say that if a kid finds us on YouTube, we're not on the front page of YouTube. We're not like in the special channels of YouTube right now, at least. If your kid or a kid can find us, they must have gotten us from somewhere. Or like content that we
should be able, if your child's that smart, he should be able to see this and go, they're stupid, if that's the way you call it, right?
Yeah, and if your child, he's probably already been watching Tommy Sotomayor, because that's typically where this would come up in, like in your suggestion. So if he's already been watching that, him thinking women are a liability is the worst of your concerns.
Right.
And not only that, it's like, okay, everybody has an opinion on what they're talking about. One man could say a woman is a liability or women are a liability, but then another man could say, you know what, I don't believe in that. You have the right to your own opinion. Don't get so offended because one person said women is a liability. Guess what? Women talk about men till the day is long. Men talk about women till the day is long. It's the same thing. Back and forth. It's an opinion.
I'm glad you said that. You know, when the women talk about the men, you know, you don't hear us be like, you know, well, you speaking negative of us, because we know a lot of us is not shit. We not shit. We don't want to improve. We don't try to improve. We living off of y'all. Waiting on y'all to get y'all government benefits and stuff, but we blame it on y'all because y'all let some of them do that, you know. So we cannot say that that's a negative talk, because we know this, that a lot of us just don't want to do better, you know. So I mean, you know, we're not trying to put down women, you know what I'm saying? We're not generalizing y'all. So I think y'all taking this way left, thinking that we talking negative about y'all, because we got two women on a panel now, and I'm pretty much sure if it was getting like that, they would get offended, but they're not getting offended. So I don't know why y'all saying where it's just negative at. And just like Peaceful just said, she said maybe it's because I don't live in the inner city where I am. Most kids are well behaved and their moms are good. There you go.
That goes.
You don't have to say not all. You just answer it. You just answer it. You got good moms. So why should we have to say some all? You just answer the question. You do live in a place where it got good moms. So what's up?
I'm gonna just wrap this up too. It's the cat continuing to still trying to hide its shit. I care anyone says. Y'all gotta stop acting like women are angels and shit. Out of here.
Right.
They make shows. Oprah Winfrey, Ricky Lake, Tyra Banks, y'all name them. They made TV shows off of man shit, and they don't want us saying anything because you gotta watch out for children that might be with. Do y'all say that to Ricky Lake and all of them? No, y'all don't. So cut that bullshit out.
Nope.
Exactly.
This is what I'm saying.
That's
trying to hide it. That's trying to hide it. I call all that shit out. I don't play.
They don't say about Maury. They don't say about Maury. What's that other dude name? The one who
Cunningham, Maury. Jesus.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, no, that's him. You know, so they don't say that about him or none of it, man. So you know what I'm saying? We got the brother named Lived It on here, man. What's going on, brother? You heard what was going on, man.
How's it going, my man? How's it going, man?
Everything. Appreciate you coming on the panel, bro.
Appreciate it, brother.
Everything is everything, bro.
Sabrina put me on to you. I think I seen you on VA's channel once, and Sabrina, she made a post on Hangouts, and that's how I came in. That's how I got onto your show. But I know some of you. I know Alex, and definitely know VA.
What up, brother?
Okay.
Hey, can I add one more real quick, Chris, before you continue? And I want to tell you why they do that. They're hiding shit, and they tell us to don't talk about women so they can continue the cycle of fucking us over. It's like basically, we're not going to deal the cards because it's going to expose the shit. They want to continue being able to, in case they fuck up, to have that lane of fucking up and have an excuse. This is why they don't talk about it. Our kids might hear it. All they do is use children for shields when men are speaking logic. Have y'all noticed that? Whenever men are speaking sense, logic, and shit that we like and shit, it's always they throw children in the way.
Yeah,
Well, because you're dangerous.
They do it. Whenever they do, it's about
card.
their feelings, and we gotta respect them. They're victims, and they're this and they're that. Y'all don't catch this shit. This is cats.
Oh, they catch it. They catch it because you're dangerous.
Hey,
hold
Chris.
on.
Game.
I think some people have a problem with YouTube. They're saying it's freezing. I noticed that the viewers had dropped dramatically.
Yeah, you guys are
y'all
freezing up
YouTube
on my end.
up?
Yeah, you guys are freezing up on my end.
Too.
Let me see.
Yeah,
I think
it is, Chris. It's
They
freezing
need
up on my
to.
end.
Someone put it in the chat. They need to like scroll back and let it play, and then go forward to real time. It's freezing up, but if you go back and then go forward, it plays.
Oh, we getting hacked again? The whole East Coast got hacked, right?
Oh, that's right too.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mr. Putin. I fucked up VA's Hangout thing. I put a bunch of text, a bunch of posts up. You seen that shit? Mr.
I just
Putin,
want to say,
Mr.
I have something
Stepper.
to say on what VA was saying, but I'll wait till everyone's done. So, Chris, just once everybody's done, I had something big on what he was talking about.
Go ahead. Yeah, the viewers done dropped down dramatically, man. I don't know what the hell going on with YouTube, but
Mr.
keep the
Putin.
show going. Everybody. But
Russia's taking over.
Yeah,
They got issues, gents.
Hey,
I
Chris,
wouldn't stress that, Chris. They still watching. The viewers is just acting up. That's just YouTube. I wouldn't stress it, bro.
Okay. Go ahead, Alex. You said you want to say something. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was going to say something, but Lived was about to go, so he can go first, and then I'll go. I can wait.
No, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm done.
Okay, so here's what I was going to say. You know, there's always the argument when people talk about parenting of, you know, that parents need to be parents and not be friends. Now, to an extent, I agree with that. Your kids need to know you are not their friend. You're not their homie. You are their parent. They need to know to listen. However, I feel like when you have situations, a lot of times, not all, but when you have a situation where the parents are so strict and I'm the parent, you know, listen to me. You don't need to argue back. Just listen to me. And they don't want arguing back, which is really, they don't want to debate. They don't want understanding with their kids. They just want to tell their kids something and their kids to say, okay, I understand. They don't want the kid to actually argue back, which is really them just asking questions and getting understanding. I feel like the problem you get is where kids act perfect at home, but they show their ass when they're not at home. So for me, my kid, he knows I'm mommy and what I say goes and he needs to listen to it. But at the same time, like, that's my boy. That's my friend. Like, I had the relationship with my mom where if I was having sex or anything that I was doing, I could go and tell my mom, this is what's going on. And even though she was my mom and I knew I needed to listen to her, she was also like a friend to an extent to where I knew I could speak to her. And I feel like this is a big problem I've personally seen, and sorry, white people, but I see it more with you than anyone. I actually used to be a manager at Taco Bell, and it was in a very rich white area. And that's like where you typically have these mothers that don't work. They're just home taking care of the kids. And the father works and then he comes home and it's just like, hey, you know, he doesn't even know the kids. He's in the house, but he don't even really know them. And these kids would come in to the Taco Bell with their parents acting all perfect. And then when their parents aren't around, we would have like 50 kids come in at like 4 o'clock, right when school got out. And they would come in and they would be taking the straws and the wrappers and making spitballs and leaving messes and shit. And I'm like, these kids are fucking terrible. I would rather my kid cuss and do bad things in front of me and then know not to cuss at school than to act perfect in front of me and show his ass when he's not home. And a lot of people who think their kids are angels and their kids are perfect and they listen, your kids are the kids that you're going to have to pay for an abortion when they're 13 because your kid acts like she's good, but she's a little hoe. Like, I was honest with my mom. My mom was honest with me. So I was a virgin until I was almost 18. People didn't believe I was a virgin because everybody else in school was a hoe, yet their parents thought they were perfect and talked about them like they were perfect. They thought I was the bad influence because I would be like, bitch, you a hoe. Because of the way I spoke, they thought I was bad, but really, your daughter's 15 and has had 8 sexual partners, and I'm 17 and I've had none. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't really know who their kids are, and they think they do.
Well said.
Well
said.
Yeah, she was right. She's right, you know, and with what Mama Alliance is saying down there, I understand what she's saying about the kids coming across this, but that's where you sit down and you have a conversation with your kids and you listen to them and hear what they got to say. Like she just said, you got to be able to talk to your kids and sit down and have a conversation with them. You got to let them rebuttal what you're saying. And that's what this is all about, communication. But if women are going to get upset because women are being pointed to and saying that they're the mess up here, I'm sorry. I'm gonna put it out there. It's gonna upset someone. A lot of women, more women than men today, are screwed up. They are not being the parents they should be, and they're not giving their children the satisfaction to become an individual and a human being. A lot of women are keeping children away from their husbands. They're using them as a fighting tool. There's if you don't give me this, you can't see them this weekend. And all the time, women are screwing up. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with what she said, and I'm going to say there's a lot of women, they want to dictate instead of be with. And that's
Thank you.
And
I just said that in that room.
I'm not even
Nice.
saying like it's just a white people thing or it's just a rich people thing, but where I've seen it is with really, really wealthy white people. Like they have a father in the home, but that dude's always at work. And then, you know, when he's home, he doesn't really pay attention to kids, even though they have a dad in the house and they know their dad's not helping them with homework. He's not having conversations with them. He's not going fishing with them. He's not doing dad stuff with them, watching movies with them. He's just at work and then he's home having a fucking glass of scotch before he, you know, hits the hay for the night. And the mom is just all into, you know, going to her spa appointments and doing all that shit and too busy worrying about the fact that she knows the husband's cheating to actually fucking parent the kids. She's too worried about being the MILF in town to actually raise them kids. And she's, oh, my kids are just wonderful. Bitch, no, they're not. Your son's a little dickhead. I'm sorry, but it's true. People think their kids are great.
That's true.
They be having a son who's a fucking hoe and a daughter who's a hoe. And they'd be the rudest motherfucking kids. This is why people say, like, white people need to beat their kids because it's always white people's kids. Black people's kids, they be having kids that are just loud as fuck too and act like me, but it's typically the white people's kids who think that they're so fucking great and your kids are bad as fuck. I will fucking hit your kids because you don't. And they be fucked up.
We have this perfect parenting.
She needs a talk show.
I can't stand badass fucking kids.
Because
you
moms
not realize that though. It's always the people who think their kids are great. They got some badass fucking kids.
Alex, because here's the problem. A lot of moms think
She just had a flashback.
Are trophies. You don't see a lot of you don't see a lot of dads who use their children as trophies. It's the moms. So moms always, oh, my child wouldn't be do this because I raised him. See, with this character that women have of how they raise their kid, they have this mindset, oh, my kid wouldn't do this because how I raised my kid and how I this. So you have a bunch of fucking idiots running around because the child usually thinks idiot just like the parent. And you can't tell people that they're stupid. Now, most people don't want to hear that they're stupid. No one's stupid. No one is stupid to themselves. You get what I'm saying? Most people think they have it figured out. Most of them, one thing I always tell women, you ain't got to listen to me. Go cry to your pillow by yourself at night. You don't want to listen to seriously, you don't want to listen to the go cry to your fucking pillow at night because you can sit here and put on.
Sometimes it be like that.
Yeah,
it be like that sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, but y'all the motherfuckers at nighttime when you're you gotta do that alone.
Alex and BA having flashbacks, man.
Yeah, having flashbacks. You gotta do that shit alone.
Oh,
you go right ahead.
Well, you know, there's another take to this too. Like, I mean, there's some, you know, I kind of shied away from the topic a little bit, but I told Sabrina that I would jump on, and only shied away because.
I appreciate you, brother.
You know,
appreciate you.
Thanks a lot, my man. Like, am I having an echo? Is there a problem with my?
Now you good, brother?
The audio?
Probably the echo.
You just sound lovely.
All right. Well,
yeah, I can hear you fine. Yeah, I can hear you fine. Though, go ahead, bro.
So, as someone who doesn't have kids, like sometimes you say, you don't got no dog in this fight. You can't talk about it. Like there's nothing that, you know. So I come to listen. But the more I listen to you guys talk, and I can relate. And obviously, we all used to be kids at one point. So I grew up, you know, bouncing around. I grew up like a lot of people, bouncing around from home to home and all of this. And the lady that I wound up calling my mother, who, you know, she's a piece of work, 50-something years old, going on 19. She played it the route where, you know, she was everybody's friend. And it didn't work out. Like, from what I've seen, she gets zero respect that a mother should get now that everybody's grown. And she could care less. Like, she actually has a problem being called abuela, like to be called grandma. She wants to be called something else. So now I know that's kind of unique. I know she's not exactly the ideal mother or whatever, but what I see a lot of times is there's a lot of people who grew up where you look at it and once you get older and you look back, you respect parents that were not strict like how Alex was saying, like always beating you down or yelling at you or something like that, but you respect the stability of a mother and a father who tell you, when shit is wrong. You wind up respecting that when you get older. You actually look for that in your teenage years. That's what makes you rebel. So, that's just my take on it. Like, I think you should tell kids when they're wrong. Because if you don't, then somebody else will, usually a cop or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, I definitely think a parent should teach their kid wrong from right. That was what I was saying. I'm saying, like, they should teach them wrong from right, but I think you should still don't be so much of a parent that you can't have camaraderie with your child. Don't be so do this, that you can't listen to why they did that and then teach them why not to,
I think we back up, people. Everybody's saying we back up now, so and I'm seeing the viewers going back to where it was, so we growing. People, I apologize. I don't know what the fuck going on. Libby said Putin could
That's
be.
what it is. I'm trying to tell you what it is. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, he said could be Putin. I know a lot of y'all left because it started freezing.
They wasn't trying to get their computers hacked.
Yeah,
it was like we got some pictures we won't hack.
Hey Chris,
telling you.
Chris, can I say one more thing real quick? You notice when I just said that whole thing about women and their whole bullshit, that whole little dialogue that I had there about women. Did you notice how all of us men on this panel, how we all felt it? We felt it. We felt it. Yeah. That we all know, we seen, we experienced the shit. Men in the chat room as well. And what bothers me most is you have women who don't respect our experience. Our experience. They make it seem like it's a fairy tale. I don't know none of you niggas personally like in real life. None of us know each other in real life. But we all have the same experience. No one's right. We can't talk about this shit.
Yeah,
I think there's a reason why.
Right. And let me say this too to the ladies, because some of the ladies in there are ladies who come on the show regular, and I don't know how many times we gotta tell y'all this or whatnot, man. Sometimes in the conversation, things gonna be said y'all not gonna like. That's what you call constructive criticism. A lot of stuff we say is on here you're not gonna like. I mean, I can't see having a whole show that y'all gonna agree with everything that's being said. I mean, there's gonna be disagreements and a lot of stuff that's gonna be said. Now, for reading the chat, a lot of y'all was getting offended for using the word some, not all.
Liability. Like, we can not use the word liability. Y'all insurance.
We finna just go in and then this big old roller coaster over something that really not harm, but let's not act like that it's not going on in the world. Let's not act like that there is a lot of bad mothers. Come on, man. Let's not act like, just like Clovis said, the woman, when she found this person's mom, got needles and shit all up in their arms. Come on, let's not be blind. Let's not be stupid. We know it's not all. We know it's not all. I just don't get there how y'all say that's what we need to say.
Can I ask Mama Lion? Can I ask Mama Lioness a question? Do you hold everyone up to that same criteria, or is it just men? Same criteria. She's saying, I respect everyone's experience, and anyone who knows me knows that. But if you're speaking from your experience, then say so simple. So when you're watching TV shows and stuff, you do the same thing with Dr. Phil, and it's not women's rights. It should be individual rights, because it shouldn't be a woman's thing then, right? It should be an individual experience, right?
By that case, like when they come out with statistics, they shouldn't say numbers. They should just list off everyone's name.
Yeah, exactly.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
Maury makes women look like hoes, and Jerry Springer makes all white people look like white trash, like on the daily.
Oh, yeah,
Ain't nobody bitching about them.
Yep, that's true.
But he ain't really
That's
making them
true.
look like anything. He's just giving them some attention because they just want to go on TV for a day and they don't care how fucking stupid they look.
Not even
Maury make it
real.
look like, and as far as Maury make it look like whores, now I don't know. You can blame it on Maury. I mean, they choose to come on through this, so I don't know if you blame it on Maury. So,
The
I don't think that's Maury.
The reason why Linus can get away.
I don't think you blame.
Mara make them look innocent.
Regardless of what you do, you look at the statistics, though. You look at the statistics of the children today, the youth today. Look at the parenting. How many parents are in that home? The father is usually missing. Okay?
There's a reason for that.
Exactly. And this is what I'm talking about. When my son went for his divorce, oh, no, you can't see the kids. You can't see the kids because I don't love you no more. That is an ignorant thing to say and to go by. That is just so stupid.
Right. I don't love you anymore, so I'm going to stop loving our kids also and make their life suck because they can't have a father in left because I'm a fucktard and I'm hurt.
Thank you.
You know
And
what?
another thing, she was right about the rich.
This is something that
I'm sorry, go ahead.
if even women spoke about it more often, they will kind of look at you guys
I
as,
didn't catch that, brother.
You're cutting
Yeah,
out,
it's-
Liz.
What you were saying, brother? I didn't catch that.
I'll come back. I'm sorry. I'll hang up and come back.
Oh,
People
I can hear you,
nowadays-
but I'm not catching what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
That
my
was
phone.
the speed
I think it's my
froze,
connection.
I wanted
Oh, okay, then, yeah.
the rich
We have
parents,
jump off, come back on there, but let's see what they do. Let's see what they do.
to address the rich parents.
Women have
I agree
found
with her because look at who shot up Columbine. Them was some rich little boys, you know. And look who and the kid that went and shot up the school of them little children, Sandy Hook. His mama had money. She had an arsenal you would not believe, and that cost money. So yeah, you know, you got these white women who are rich and they want to go out and do their fingernails and do their hair and go have tennis. You know what they do with the tennis player, the tennis teacher. So you know, and they got someone else raising their kids. They don't know what's going on with them.
Yep, they're the ones who think their kids are so great. And oh, look at little Jimmy. He just got accepted into college. Great, good for him. He's going to end up in prison because he's probably a fucking child molester in the making. Like,
He got
you're
accepted in
a
college
worse
because
kid.
they had the dough to put him there. It wasn't because of his ability. They had the dough to put him there. So she
Yeah.
was so happy about it.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but women, I'm telling you, the big majority of this is women. I'm not going to sway from this. Women need to stop using baby as tools.
Those are the
Clovis.
white kids that grow up acting like they're better than everybody else because their parents have money. They've done nothing with their life and they never will, but they act like they're better than you because they have money because their parents give them
Are
money.
you a self-hater? Clovis, are you a self-hater?
Self-gender hater.
No, see, I ain't white. I'm not white. I'm Native American, man. So I don't know what American is.
I got a little bit of that in me.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, boy.
It's really going on.
You know, I'm not a self-hater, but I feel like, hey, this is one topic I should be able to say, right? If I can't call out anything that I feel black people do wrong, I should be able to call out white people and it should be fine, right? I'm
Exactly.
white, so I can
Yeah.
call out these rich white bitches.
Yep.
Even though I'm a broke Italian bitch, I'm gonna call out rich white bitches. The
That's right.
majority of y'all ignore the fuck out of your kids and they're fucking terrible. Your kids should fucking be nuked, white people, rich white people. Most of your kids should be nuked. Yeah, I said it. What?
DJ, well, hold on. Let me read what Mama Lina said. She said, Chris, I have much respect for you, brother. My experience shows me that we all have societal issues. Laugh out loud. I ain't that hard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just want y'all to understand.
Wait. How the hell can she say that we all have societal issues? You don't know me.
Here we go
That's the-
again. Oh, Lord.
I'm getting ready to go get something to eat because
I can't call
Go
society.
get you some pizza, bro. Get you some Eddie because we're going to need it tonight, bro.
Okay. Wait a minute. Society issue when I see a personal issue. I see it. I'm among the white Americans here. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Whether you be Italian, Indian, black, green, yellow, blue, or black, you screw up, you're going to be called out. Bottom line, there is good parenting. There is good parenting like Mama Alliance. I believe she's a darn good parent. There's good parents out there, but there's very few. And that very few doesn't count when you have the majority of parenting that's ruling this country. I'm sorry,
Exactly.
you got messed up parenting.
You know what? I actually
It's
I
just
actually
that what
talked to
Clovis-
Mama Linus and I actually talked
Clovis
to Mama
makes
Linus
a great point.
she explained to me what she does, and I think she got something good going on. Because, as a matter of fact, I think she saw my video about prostitution, and I think she said she worked with women like that, you know, and I think that's a damn good thing, you know, to try to work with women like that and get them out there in society. So, Mama, now that I'm bringing it up again, some of the women that you work with that've been in their world, if you could convince them, okay, we do a live show, let them come talk, tell their story and how they, what got them in it, what got them out of it. Hey, I would be so grateful, you know, to have a show about that, you know, because I want to know about that, you know, how does a woman get in the world of prostitution and what builds up her courage to get out of it. So if you can make that happen, sweetie, hey, much obliged, real talk. Go ahead, VA. Go ahead, bro.
Shit, I forgot. What did Clovis just say at the end there so I can refresh what I was going to say? What did you say at the end, Clovis? Refresh me.
White bitches, white bitches.
No, I did not. I said any. It's the when you have good parenting, like Mama Lyons, I believe she's a good parent. I believe I tried my best. I'm not gonna say I'm a good parent. I'm gonna say I tried my best with what I knew. But you have the majority. They don't count. When you have the majority of bad parenting, throwing these children out there into this
Thank you for refreshing. I know what I was going to say now, and that's almost with anything. This is why us as a society can't get forward, even as us as or critical thinkers or wherever we're trying to go. We still got too many people who are still trying to deflect the crab barrel mentality and keep us back. It's kind of like the retards. Is, you know, the one child, the no child left behind shit that George Bush said. That's what society. The people who are trying to get ahead. We're stuck because of the sheep-minded people, but there's a whole, they're bigger than us. They're louder than us and they're bigger than us. And they have like a bigger group of financial backing, basically. Like basically what I'm saying, us free thinkers, right? The many of us, who's financially backing us?
Elite.
There's no money for the way we think, because the people how the way we think, we always try to find out how to do for self. So you can't make profit from people who do for self. Do you understand? That's why they sell to females, because men, once they turn a certain age, men start realizing I ain't gotta spend all this money to get that. I can build that myself. So they don't sell to us free thinkers because they know we'll eventually build ourselves. So they keep selling the propagandas for the sheep to keep them the louder voice and to have them the shit as they want it to go, because they can continue making money from them.
All you gotta do is make people feel good now, and you can have them eating at the palm of your hands. That's what politics is doing now.
That's why YouTube has so many of these niggas that are. That's why, it, like how Mama's saying about basically, she's saying women want us to uplift, because that's what all they get now. Uplift us, uplift us, uplift us. They just want a bunch of, basically it's just church everywheres. We go somewheres for a good moment and then we leave that place and go back to our bullshit. That's all that it is. Society's
thank you.
Let's go to an NFL event, have fun, and then go back to our bullshit.
I don't know how people haven't.
I don't want to hear that.
Hey,
I don't want to hear that. I should have to hear that.
Right. You on point with that, brother. A lot of people raise hell throughout the week, smoke weed, twerking, dancing on a pole, selling their body, all kind of stuff. But you want to be holy or thou on Sunday. How does that work? As soon as you leave church on Sunday, you go right back to doing what you was doing
same thing you were doing all week.
You know what I'm saying? That's men and women. You go right back to doing what you were doing like the whole week, raising hell. But you want to go to church and put on this image like you so holy and Christianity. But as soon as you leave church, girl, what y'all doing tonight? Okay, I'm gonna go to the club. You got your outfit. You got your outfit, girl. You got your outfit, girl. You know, so all that type of shit, man. Get the fuck up out of here. Get the fuck up out of here, man.
Have y'all ever,
DJ, we heard your voice a while. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
have y'all ever realized that people nowadays are growing up the mindset as if they are completely immune from criticism, but they can just say whatever the hell they want to everyone else?
Oh yeah.
Right.
And then on top of that, they only like generalizations when it works for them. When it's like, your group of people are like pretty good at basketball or something. Oh yeah, we the shit, we the best. If you say some shit like, yeah, your people kind of got like the worst case of like STDs or something shit. But everybody, what about everybody else? With society. Like that's why I just stay with myself.
It's narcissism.
You know what? Right. And so you know what? This is why I wish Mama was on a panel, but she said her mic is broken because I like how y'all going back and forth about it. You know what I'm saying? I called it like a little small debate or whatnot. And that's why I want her on a panel. I asked her would she do me the honors, but she said her mic is messed up. So I would love to have her on a panel. Maybe she can explain a little better what she's saying because I feel like I'm trying to get what she's saying, but as soon as I say I get it, y'all come in like, hold up. And blah, 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 blah. So I wish she could come on and, you know, kind of get what she's saying or whatnot or whatever. But Mama, hope you get your mic fixed. You'll do me the honors to come on the panel, you know, and give your thoughts and opinions about
Chris,
whatever the topic we talking about.
Can I say one more
topic back up? Yeah, hold on. Even if you want to bring this topic back up, you know, it's all good. She said,
what happened?
I'm not attacking you, but attacking me for what you perceive my words to mean. Shake my head. Who was attacking me?
That's more deflection. But just let me say, this is what happened in the household. Women think what they think and how they feel matters more than having a man around and being factual and exact and disciplined. And this is the problem our society's having. Women can run around telling people how they feel, and it doesn't have to be factual.
This is
just about blow smoke up my ass, please, because that's what you should be doing.
Well, you know, I feel like I'm just playing.
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, hold up.
This is why.
Let them finish.
And this is why our households are gone. You cannot create discipline. You can't build. Let me tell y'all something, man. You cannot build with a person like that.
No shit.
It doesn't have a foundation. You can't build a foundation off of feelings and what you think.
I
can't. Oh my god. When people say like you're attacking me or like saying some bullshit for what you perceive my words to me, no, we're going off of the exact words you're saying, or to be more literal, the exact words that you're typing. So you're probably typing words that you're not thinking in your head, or you're probably not saying that shit out loud.
Precisely.
People saying YouTube is froze up again. Damn, what's really going on?
He's busy. Man ain't bullshitting.
DJ.
Man spent his years in the KGB. He ain't playing.
He's being
DJ, man. DJ, we were having a lot of back and forth. Going on, brother, man. So, what do you have to input on all this, man? Because they making some good points, brother. So, what you're hearing right now, man? What's your thoughts, man? What's your opinion, brother?
I got to say real quick, though, all the points that everybody making in VA is hitting the nail on the head on a lot of stuff, and I'm probably have to piggyback off of one or two things. But what I'm going to say is that I gather from everything that we all have talked about that there is a serious imbalance in relationships and parenting. It is an imbalance right now. It's more lines. It's going to more one side than the other, to where like a scale is going to go over to one side. Everything's going to tip over. And then at the same time, though, from what VA just said about that, you can't build a foundation on people that just use their feelings. And on the other side, there's logic. He's definitely right. It has to be a foundation to where two become one, but at the same time, be able to raise raise the children and have a family to where it could work. Right now, it's just not working. And then the thing is, with what Mama Linus is like saying in the chat room, as opposed to coming on to the panel with here, we're not attacking anybody. Everybody has an opinion, and everybody's going to say what they feel as opposed to what you feel.
Exactly.
It has to go back and forth, because you just can't say anything and expect nobody else to respond or answer. That's not right. And that's a lot of the reasons why we're not having these discussions, or we can't have these discussions. One person has to be right, and the other one just got to sit there and listen. That's not going to work. It has to be two being able to say what they say, but come to the middle in a compromise. That's how it could work.
That's why a lot of people stay. That's why a lot of these people stay in their echo chamber, and they have the nerve to tell you what they don't want to hear. You get what I'm saying? You get people go, I don't want to hear that. I shouldn't have to hear that, because they want
Exactly, I agree. And at the same time, though, that don't make it right neither, because guess what? Just because you don't want to hear it, don't make it that is not right. 99.9% means it's right because we're trying to tell you something.
Right. What is
We're
that
saying,
about though? Like, I don't want to hear that. Okay, well, click off.
Hello.
Well, she just said some. She just said something caught my attention. She said, I don't know who she responded to. It might be Keenan. She said, how you thinking I'm separating my own experience? I haven't disagreed with anything anyone has said. I only stated my opinion.
Oh, she was talking to Island Girl. That Island Girl brought that up.
But that's also a lie as well to say that she hasn't disagreed with anything anyone has said, because she disagreed with me. We can't even go to the chat that far up anymore, but she's definitely disagreed.
Oh, okay. Well,
nobody really attacking her. Nobody's really mad at her or him or whoever's I'm more worried about like what I'm trying to get on my pizza. So don't take it to heart.
I just ain't letting women tell me how to talk. I'm a grown man. I think women need to step back and stop trying to dictate and tell men what they should be saying. Stop that shit.
Yep, I know no woman is gonna want to hear this, even myself, but I'm gonna say it.
Speak on it.
The world would be a better place. Kids would be better. Jobs would be better. Everything would be better if women would stop trying to be the boss and learn to be submissive to their man. Old Testament, open up the Bible. You
Very true. Very true.
But you should listen to your man. Quit trying to make the fucking rules. Daddy makes the rules and you listen to them. And if you can't, that's where you're going to end up with badass fucking kids. And that's why you're going to end up not married until you're old as fuck. Like,
a lot of those people say they're with the new Bible and they mix back and forth whatever fits their
agenda.
Yeah. Exactly.
But you know what?
It's like a lot of times they just take parts out of the Bible. They don't listen to the whole thing because it gets on men as well as women. Though
it gets on us first.
At the same time, it needs to be to like look at the whole thing and not just parts out. Just take out. Well, I don't want to be submissive, but the only thing is, the man's supposed to love his wife. Just that and the other thing. Yeah, it's true. But at the same time, though, there's a balance in the whole thing. You just got to find it out for yourself. For those who want to, if you don't want
here's
to,
what you tell them. DJ, whenever they come with that bullshit, what you tell them is once they try to say like, all the biblical knowledge is just about, the paternal shit and men taking up. Look, you tell them there's nothing that we know that's more chivalrous or romantic than when you like write a love letter, like when you're young or something, you're in love or whatever the case is. The Bible itself, this ancient text where all of these men were just lording over these women. The Bible didn't write a love story. It wrote a love book. It's called the Song of Solomon. The entire book, book by the wisest man on earth is all about how to treat, care, and love the women in your life. So when they tell you that shit, you already know this. It's just horns that you can't see, but you're talking to a demonio, so you don't even, But she says something that's.
But like I said, I wish Mama could get on, man, because I like the going back and forth. I love a good debate. I love going back and forth. But it does bother me when people get to a certain point thinking they're being attacked. Nobody's not attacking anybody. Because I could have sworn Kenny said, with all due respect. When you say with all due respect, in a calm manner, you're not attacking. You're not coming aggressive. And just like y'all saying, I mean, some people take stuff you saying and just run with it. Oh, why you gotta say it like that? Oh, I feel like you attacking me. Or just like the dumb Negroes. Like the dumb Negroes. You say something else. Man, why you putting me down, man? Goddamn, dude, why am I putting you down?
God is telling me, stop disrespecting me.
Yeah, you know where they come from?
Stop playing me, dog. Stop playing me.
Where that come from is a lot of us people got so used to stuff being sugar-coated that when you do be 100, they don't know how to take it. But when you sugarcoat it, it eases them, But we got to get out their mind. You know what I'm saying? Because you sugarcoating stuff to me, I feel like you're lying to me. You're not telling me or helping me to get my strive on. Or you trying to be sweet. Yeah, man, that's cool, man. Yeah, let's leave it. No, man, if it's not satisfactory, tell me where I'm fucking up at. Give me the criticize that I need, and let me take it, put it in the motivation, put it in the ambition, and make this thing to satisfactory. Don't baby me. I'm a grown ass goddamn man. Don't baby me. Tell me what's up.
I gotta ask
I
you.
might not like what you said. But you know what I'm saying? Shit, that would take you to give me good credit, get the shit going. Let's do it. Go ahead, brother.
I gotta ask you guys, like, what do you guys think about this? Because I think about it a lot. I say, if you lose generations of women, where you put them down all the time, and you real misogyny and shit. If you lose generations of women, even within those generations, the men there and the men that come after them, we say we have sympathy to it. We say that's sad, and it obviously it leads to an imbalance because you get a bunch of arrogant characters that shouldn't even have the title of woman. Now, on the flip side, I say when you lose generations of men, it's not that it's sympathetic or sad. It becomes savage, and it leads to all-out destruction, starting in the household first. So I say, like, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and as far as I've been alive, I don't care what socioeconomic strata you're from, what race you are, anything like this, the narrative is always the same, that men are dogs, they're scumbags, this, that, and the other. They're virtually useless, no matter how much money they have. You know, even once they have the kid or whatever, like, you're basically you're completely useless. Now, that's a real pessimistic way of thinking, and I'm not the only guy my age that I grew up with. Well, a lot of us grew up and we just didn't have kids. You fucking do all that shit, but you don't have the kids. And that's not exactly the right way either. No.
Right.
I'm not. What I'm saying is, because I'm approaching 40 years old.
I know you're being honest, you know what I'm saying, but that's funny. Go ahead, bro.
I'm approaching 40 years old. I'm 36. So as I'm looking at things, I'm starting to get a little soft now and starting to look back, and you shriek, you get ashamed of some of the shit you did and said. What happens is, even when you get boys that grow into men, that see the game that Alex, VA, Chris, all of you guys are hitting on, when they see, like, hey, I'm going to wind up either as a fucking hostage or paying some type of ransom, abortion, some type of shit, just to save my life. When even the so-called smart ones that realize that, you wind up almost becoming like a nice scumbag-ish type person. Because basically every chick you run into, like, there's nothing that we could do beyond this hotel room and yada, yada, yada. With the girls, with the girls, they'll still they've been focusing on telling them to be ladies, and they're on it. They've been doing it. In my life for 36 years, we got more whores today than ever before. It's an epidemic. Your boys, no one focus on your boys. And when you look at your boys, black, white, Spanish, north, south, wherever they are, rich, poor, they're all half fags. Now, I'm not a bigot. I'm just saying they're confused. They wear girls' jeans, painting their nails. Some of these pricks are putting extensions in their hair. All of them. So what I'm saying is, what was the whole point of demonizing all your males? Now you have a generation coming up behind us where a lot of them ain't gonna be men. And even those of us that did turn out to be men, like the so-called smart ones, those of us that didn't have the kids or whatever, or paying alimony, whatever. I mean, yeah, you're a guy on the street and you're a guy in your life and everything, but even if you're not religious, just what a man is supposed to be. You're supposed to get older, and then you're supposed to lay the groundwork to build. You know what I'm saying? Once it becomes ingrained in the minds of your boys, even those of you who have sons, once it becomes ingrained in their minds from what they see, cases they hear, shit they see in the neighborhood, girls they deal with, once they begin to realize that, hey, fuck that, the shit is dangerous, then what do you have? Is that not the breakdown of your society? Is that not the breakdown of your society?
Hey, brother, you make sure you come back, man. I like all that input, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
but I'm asking too. Thank you. But I'm asking too. I appreciate it, brother. But this is shit that I think about, and I'm like, fuck. It seems like you did everything right. You look around, you're like, no, you didn't, and you can't. It's fucking dangerous.
I didn't want you to take that disrespect when I was laughing, man. Just how you said certain things that made me laugh, but you know what I'm saying. But you were being honest.
No, it's all right, man. VA VA gets ready to pay the taxi shit right here. Him and Black, you talk too long. You long-winded. Just get to the fucking point.
I gotta get that for us too. I need to get that for us too. Get taxi.
Hey, Kim, well, happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. And I wish you many more. She said her birthday is today. I wish you many more, dear.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Kimberly.
Thank you.
God bless.
Happy birthday.
God bless. Yeah. Happy birthday
bless
to
you.
you, dear. Kim,
Now tell
as a
Chris
matter of
Stewart to
fact,
sing
how
you a
you
song.
I can't see what
Yeah,
you guys are looking at
If
the
you
chat.
was blowing down, look, we was blowing
Yeah.
doors down last week. Bro.
Right. Hey Kim, how you feeling? Cause I know you were sick. How you feeling, love? I hope you're feeling better. How you feeling? Do we need to send you another blessing? Just let us know. Clovis, I want you to, if you can you piggyback on what David was said, you know, or do you agree with everything said, or do you have anything you disagree with, or again, can you tell Coach off what he just said, or what?
I agree with him, but you got also look at society too. What caused the men to be the way they are? Look at the court systems, okay? The women get the children, whether they're good or bad, or they're abusive or not, just because they farted that child out. That's not right.
It ain't.
Men that are good parents that deserve to have their child are not getting their children because of the gender of who gave birth to the child. It is here in Missouri all the time. They favor the female, not the male. They don't look at the situation. They look at
nationwide.
Child.
Wait, did you say you're in Missouri?
Yes,
She's
ma'am.
in Missouri.
Let her finish. Let her finish. As a matter of fact, well, she put herself on mute. As a matter of fact, DJ, I asked Kim, do she want to send another blessing? She said, yes, please. Close, I get back to you, brother. You mind doing the honors of sending her another blessing?
It's ready. So let me know.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Y'all don't mind, put yourself on mute because I hear some noise.
If you will, who's ever with me on the panel and who's in the chat, if everybody can just take a minute just to stop chatting for a minute as I pray for Kim, that we would really appreciate that. Dear Heavenly Father, we just want to once again thank you for another day that you have bestowed upon us all. We thank you, Lord, once again for health, for life, for strength, but most of all, thank you, Lord, for being our God and that you have spared us even though we didn't deserve to be spared. Today, Lord, we just want to take this opportunity just to say thank you, Kimberly, who was sick last week, and that you heard our prayers and that all of us prayed together for our sister, who is your daughter, and that she's feeling much, much better. Lord, we honor you for doing this for her, and I know she thanks you for it as well. And we just pray, Lord, in the name of Jesus, that you will continue to be with Kimberly, to continue to heal her, Lord, also to help her in any way, shape, or form that she needs it, so that she can always honor your name. She'll bless your name, but most of all, she'll glorify your name in the name of Jesus. We also, Lord, we want to ask you that you will bless each and every one that is on the panel right now and everyone that is in the chat rooms from here and wherever they may be, and that you will look out for them, around them, but most of all, continue to bless them and continue to love them as we love you. And we pray, Lord, in the name of Jesus, in the days to come, that you will be watching out for us, Lord. Lead us, guide us, direct us in the path that you want us to go. But most of all, Lord, continue to love us as we continue to love you. And for all that you do, and for all that you have done and have plans to do, you all praise and honor and glory in what you deserve. For we love you, Lord, asking these things in Jesus' name we pray. Let the chat and let the panel say amen.
Amen. Appreciate you, brother. Kim, I hope you enjoy your day today. I hope
Much
you enjoy the rest
respect
of your
on
day.
that.
Yeah, thank you so much, DJ. And they saying it froze again. Jesus Christ, they saying it froze again. So thank you for that, brother. And I really hope people can look at the replay. I hope they don't have the same problem with the replay.
Hopefully not.
But let me go back. Yeah, let me go back to Clovis. Let her finish what she was saying. Go ahead, dear.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is, I think that the courts of the system, because I know Missouri does it a lot here. I watched it too many. Sitting in the courtroom waiting for my chance to have my time in court, listening to these women are getting their children just because they're the mother. And it's not right. I mean, these men, some of these men deserve to have the children. And that's what this is about. Is society has downfall. You know, let me say that differently. Society has let down the men. Because you're going to have this biased crap going on in court, and then you got the mayor of Baltimore standing up saying, give these children room to destroy. And only one parent went and got her child out of that mess. One parent. You see what I'm saying? This is all messed up.
Absolutely.
Men need to stand their ground. They had that Million Man March at the White House. You need to do another one on women. March your asses and say, you women got to stop this. You know, there are men that are sitting there today, grown men, strong men, that never dropped a tear in their life. And they dropping them today over their children because the women are using the children against them. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to use this word. Some women. I'm not going to put all women in that category. I think that's where Mama Alliance is coming from. We're saying all this and we're not saying the word some. Because, but the minor few does not count when the major majority is messing up this world. That's the bottom line.
Right.
And you know what? Yeah, that's what she was getting at. That was what she getting at. But at the same time, I mean, you understood where we was coming from. Alex knew where we was coming from. Y'all knew we was not saying all. And they should have conversation. No, we're not talking about all either. So, you know, why do we need to say it? You know,
This was set up.
That the ones, if they're so good and they don't do it, how come they don't help call out and help us?
And well, Clovis, I was gonna say though, not really some women. It's most women, not some.
Well, like I believe, like when she was talking about with the courts, like I believe this to be true in law. What happens is, whenever it's like a garden, like how my grandfather used to have like a garden, you know, and he always wanted it cut low, and he used to say, so that I can see what's in there, like, you know, like insects or something matter. What I'm trying to say is, with law, when they let the weeds grow thick, when you let everything grow up and you blanket it, like how she's saying with the sexual discrimination, whereas no matter what, if it's a girl, a woman, then she gets custody, full rights, no matter what she says in court, in a DV case, anything, they naturally lean towards taking her side and they give it to her. They let the weeds grow so high, and it's not all women. But what happens is it's so thick that the real roaches, the real, you know, problems, they move right in the mix. And the legal system doesn't say, hey, let's go by each case individually. Let's see if this father really cares. Let's see if this man really did assault her. Let's see if this is true. They don't do that. And she's right about the bias. You know, and I mean, I don't know what we could say about that, because what do you do about it? That would take like a gender movement amongst men. There's also the thing that us as men have to realize too. It's a simp world today. It's actually my generation, I think may have been first with it or second or third or something, but the generation below us, the softer they are, like you can see the effects. It's a simp world today. So even simps would agree with what we're saying, but don't expect them to risk having to go to a couch for a day or maybe break up with a girl they shouldn't be with anyway. You're not going to see a gender movement. Like, I don't believe so. Like, you'll see the LGBT movement before you see a movement for those of us that actually make this thing work. Hetero men. Like,
okay.
Just saying. They may say that's homophobic, but I'm telling you, I'm not a bigot. I'm just, you know, that's my opinion. I'm even putting it out there, like, I'll take feedback.
That's a fact. That's a fact, brother. Good point. You know, you see the LGBT make more movements than Black Lives Matter, all they do. That's a good point, brother. God damn, that's a good one. Jay, I guess you
just true, man.
You just jumped on the panel, man, and I think that was a good idea what you did, man. But you heard all what was going on, brother. What you want to bring to the table, my guy?
Let me get this G right there.
Young Jay.
Okay.
Okay.
I have something to say on what Liv was saying if Jay's not going to say nothing.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is kind of with what Lived was saying earlier, and then we got into prayer and everything. He was talking about,
and I appreciate that prayer too. Really.
Yeah.
No problem, brother.
Oh yeah, that's what we about, brother. Like I said, I don't know how many shows you've seen of mine, but anytime somebody tell us that somebody's not feeling good or something, man, I just got into the habit. I would stop the show and well, not stop the show, but I'll get everybody quiet and let brother DJ C say a prayer, man. You know, so I'm gonna start doing them now. So somebody say they're not feeling good, we're gonna send out a blessing to everybody, man. So yeah, appreciate that, brother.
Much respect.
Always a pleasure.
Much respect.
Yeah, and not to just be an a-hole and make you guys jealous, but DJC Smooth is my dad, so he prays for me like all the time. I don't have to ask for it. That's it.
She had to say that, but that's okay.
My dad, though. Is that not true?
It's true.
Prays for me on the daily. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, I was gonna say
we're gonna talk later too while we at it.
I got you. Anyway, I was gonna say with what Lived It was saying, you know, with the problem with like men and being men or, you know, being womanly, it seems like a big problem probably with men being raised as little boys by single mothers, no man in the house. They're taught, you know, to be so docile and to be submissive to women. And the problem with being so docile and being so submissive is, you
become
know,
a bitch.
For women who believe that the man is supposed to make the rules and you are supposed to follow them and enforce them, when you have a guy who's just like a sissy boy, you don't want that. So you always hear women say like, there's no good men out there. There's no good men out there. And then you hear guys say,
it's only hoes to say that.
Well, the problem is women who want a man to guide them, they can't find a good man because these nice guys who finish last, they're just, I mean, no offense, but they're like pussies. It's just, okay, honey, whatever you say. Oh, okay. You know, you feel like that. I don't want to argue. And then on the other hand, it's like guys say, you know, nice guys finish last. Girls always want the bad boy. Well, it's really hard to find a guy that is like, I'm a fucking man. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Well, that's bullshit too.
But at the end of the day, I'm not
these are just the lies they tell us.
It seems like you either find dudes, basically it's like you either find a guy that's like a pussy and just agrees with everything you say and he's just, yeah, sure, whatever, I'm gonna go with it. Or you get a guy that's like, bitches ain't shit, whatever, bitch, you listen to me. Like, it's hard to find a dude that
knows. No, they're the same. They're the same. Both of them are playing a role. That's what I'm trying to say. 36 years here, in my whole time, this has been the narrative that's been pushed. In my belief, my little tinfoil conspiracy hat, I think it was done on purpose. Like,
hey, brother, can I interject just for 1 sec? I don't think the problem is as much as we're trying to say the difference of the men. Check this out. How many women go through their moments of, I want to date this type of guy because a TV show or a book or something.
Good.
These bitches
yes.
Let me date this guy. Oh, maybe I'll try white. Oh, maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll try that. Oh, that didn't work. It's more on them. As much as trying to blame them.
And not only that, I want to jump on that real quick. I want to jump on that too. I want to jump on that because VA
you try to say it politically correct, but he said it perfect.
They hear it in a song or whatever else. But at the same time, it's more like we need to be said that you can't have it both ways. Either you want to have it this way or you want to have it that way. You want the bad boy, take him. Go after the one that's like wanted to talk to you before, that wanted to treat you right, wanted to be a husband or father to your kids. But yet you push him to the side for the one that's going to treat you like shit. Because guess what? If you want the good guy, you would have had the good guy. If you want the bad boy, you'll get the bad boy.
See, I believe that 100%. Like, I think the so-called bad boy, like those of us we know, these are mostly soft. The chumps, like there's really no difference between them when you look at them in a club on the street. And they're both actually pretending to be someone they're not. Now, this is why once you start to get older, what happens is it becomes like dangerous for you to be like a real dude. Like, bitches recognize it as soon as you come in, before you crack your mouth open. Instantly got a problem. This is why even when you bring up these valid points here, these are the points of real men. He's not playing bad boy. He's not playing it. He's a man. And what happens is when you embody that shit, you become like a problem. And then they say, I can't find anybody. Bullshit.
No.
Right. I feel like when women are like me, I've been raised around real men. I had a father. I have a brother who is a man. When you've been raised like that, like, you can't just settle for random dudes who do shit that you don't believe it. Like, for instance, I mean, I'm not saying these are all my qualifications, but if a man cannot change a tire, no, I can't date you. If a man cannot drive a stick shift, if you cannot drive a manual, no, I can't date you. Even though I could teach you, my brother's going to be like, are you a bitch, bro? You can't drive a stick? Where'd you come from? If you can't drive a stick, if you can't change a tire, if you cannot check me and correct me when I'm wrong, you're too scared, you're not tall enough to ride this ride. Like, and I'm not just saying that's all the characteristics, but there's certain things like you got to be a man. You can't be like a sissy.
Period. I can say that, but when you, like, everybody went to the club tonight, you would see the exact opposite. Every one of you. No matter where you live. Go to the bar, you'd see the exact opposite.
I can feel a little bit where Alex comes from, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think a man got to be a bitch because he don't know how to drive a stick shift. Hell, I don't.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
I don't either. I don't either. I'm being honest. I don't drive a stick.
But you know, I mean, but
you know, I know what she's saying, but
you know, now go ahead, explain to me. You say you know what you're saying. Explain to me, brother, so I can understand. Explain.
So what I think she's trying to say is this. Like, she's talking about that traditional, you know, like how our fathers were, our grandfathers were, a guy could fix shit, he could do shit, you know, the mechanical sense or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's what she correct me if I'm wrong, you know, I know she's listening. But I think that's what she's trying to say.
That's what I'm saying, but I also am saying that, like, Chris, if you can't drive a stick, it will never happen. Ever.
Well, there's a lot of girls today. Like, a woman should always be able to handle a stick. I'm talking about with a man. And what I know for a fact, and I know anybody here who's over 25 knows, most of the bitches we see, the so-called look like that is that tonight in clubs and bars everywhere. She can't handle the bone. She's whack.
Well, I mean, you don't have.
That's why it's all tits and ass everywhere.
Just
no, what I'm saying to your point, like,
you can take 9. I mean, you're only built for what you're built for.
I think I fucked up because I was making 2 different points. Like, I think what she was trying to say was guys with a mechanical sense. And then what I flipped it to, like, on my side, I'm like, well, when it comes to the bone, there's a lot of girls. The one thing a girl should be able to handle, most of them,
that's all they do is.
Right. No, you were talking about sexual, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying, yeah, like, you know.
I'm saying these are the ones who are always screaming that they can't, you know.
But I'm saying.
It's like when you.
There's a difference between knowing what to do with it and what you can handle. Just because you know how to do things with it don't mean you can handle 9. You know, people just aren't built for that. But you still can know what you're doing.
Indeed.
Hey, VA, I just saw your message, bro. Hey, always a pleasure, my guy. Thank you for putting in your input, man. And, you know, shit, I guess a lot of people just can't handle all your logic, man. But it's all good. That's what we're about. You know, we can agree to disagree. Opinions are opinions. Everybody just have their ways of what they think. And everybody has their ways of counterattack of what they think, man. But at the end of the day, we all still family.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, hope nobody really just took offensive. Yeah, hope nobody really took offensive to internet stuff because it's not intended to be offensive. But again, I cannot stress enough. A lot of stuff that will be said on these shows. What if it's mine? What if you did? Tommy's, Slovis, Becky's, any of these people panel. Y'all not gonna like everything that's being said, you know. I mean, you just gotta come to the point like we can agree to disagree if you can agree. That's all it is to it, man. So no reason for nobody to get bent up out of shape. I'm not saying y'all are. I'm just speaking in general.
Oh no, not at all. Listen, when this is, I don't know. Yeah, I just get my point across. That's it. Nothing personal. I just ain't gonna just.
Right.
I'm not gonna kowtow to someone's opinion just for some likes. At the end of the day, I gotta sleep and wake up. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be myself.
Thank you. Good. You can't say it better myself. Could say it better myself. You know. So at the end of the day, y'all, we still family. We still family. You know, it's all good. It's the same. It's still same Chris Thorne show, man. No attack. Mama did. She is asking you, VA. She said, "Where is the dig show? Maybe I need some worldly experience in my 46 years of young life."
If one of you guys don't mind, and someone in the chat room don't mind linking her, you guys can link her to the You Dig show. If you think that what I said now on here is
He ain't seen nothing yet.
If you got pussy ears, I'm not the guy you want to listen to.
Right plan,
that's-
wrong man.
that's real talk.
I
real talk.
wasn't trying to offend nobody because I'm sure most people can't drive a stick. But you know, since we're all family, maybe I'll do a video one day teaching everyone how to drive a stick, how to change a tire, how to do boy thing.
There you go.
I don't think. I don't think nobody got a. I don't think nobody got a freedom, man. We good. You know what I'm saying? That's what my show is about, man. Your voice, your opinions, your reason, your matters. At the end of the day, again, if we can't agree, then we should be able to at least agree to disagree. No point in sitting up here getting all mad, talking about, I can't do this no more. I'm unsubbing. I'm not gonna tell you bye. You unsubbing because you don't like the other person's opinion, but you want to say what you want to say. But you got some people who do that. I don't want to hear it. I'm getting attacked. I'm unsubbing. Okay, bye.
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 See ya.
Bye. No one's there. Bye. What else can I say? Bye.
Chris, can I say one more
Do it
thing?
all like Bonquiqui-ish.
You guys, can I say one more
ahead,
thing,
brother.
Chris? And I'm glad you're getting that attitude now because I'm telling you, brother, once you will start allowing people to dictate your platform, you're going to be put in a corner to where you're going to get stressed the fuck out and get mad because you're not being yourself. This is why I don't allow people to tell me what to say, how to talk, or none. I ain't hearing it. Not hearing it.
Nah, I'm not even, bro. I make that understood.
They all start.
I make that understood. That's why I say, bullshit that's coming from other places, you dig, or your Tommy shows or whatnot, don't bring it over here. Respect that platform. And shit to different black platforms, you instigating. You instigating. And I don't play that instigating shit. And that's what folks feed off this shit. And then you wonder why you getting more subscribers and you get more viewers because it's the trolls. The trolls feed off bullshit. So they see you going on different panels and you talking shit about one another. They go catch on to it. All right, cool. So let's sub to this dude right here. And when they come back on, man, they just start instigating shit. Let's keep this shit up. Let's keep this drama up. Let's keep the music up, man. Fuck y'all on that. It ain't happening over here, so nobody ain't taking shit. Respect my show just like y'all want y'all panel to be respected.
Yes. If you don't mind me,
Y'all want y'all to be respected.
if you don't mind me, we are going to do your dig shows. If you don't mind me plugging it.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, we are going to do your dig show in about an hour or so. I'm going to come back from up the road and jump in the shower, and we're going to do your dig show. So if any of you guys got any kind of topics y'all want to talk about, y'all got me on my Facebook or whatever. Send me some messages and y'all let me know what y'all thinking. So another second, are you still live, Chris?
Yeah, we still live.
Yeah, so unless you're still acting up.
Yeah.
So I feel like a dinosaur, man. Like I'm still shocked that people take this internet, stuff. They take it so personal.
It takes so serious.
Yeah, bro. You wouldn't believe.
I feel like a dinosaur. Like, how did this happen?
Because they don't use it for
Was it MySpace? What the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Right,
that's what I remember. I remember MySpace being a craze, and now today, 2016, there's actual people talking about they bullied online.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. And you know what? That don't
I
say,
feel
man,
like
you
I'm
should've been
fucking
taking
lost.
time- Right. If you should have been taking time kind of making this videos towards one another, man, what are you really accomplishing? Really, what do you really accomplish? Nothing. Because y'all probably ain't gonna never meet. Y'all probably gonna never meet. Y'all ain't doing nothing but wasting hot air. That's all y'all wasting. Hot air.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, and like I said, I did a couple of videos and I took them down when I responded to that troll I had. I took that shit down, man. I'm like, I don't want that bullshit on my shit. Whoever gonna troll, they gonna troll. Fuck it. Because responding to them ain't gonna do nothing but make them feed off of it. Oh,
This is
I'm
the only
doing
place
more
that they
than
can do it. Like, the only place that a troll can be a troll is online.
Dad,
Like,
look how
before
pretty
the
that
internet,
is.
Yeah.
all of us that were here before the internet, which is everybody, like, where were these people? Like, they shut their mouth. You didn't even know them. Like, they're silent. Now is this, you make a profile, you do this, you come on, say some wild shit, and people get, it's crazy.
Right, and Liv, I'm glad you said that because you got some people now that will actually jump on your panel because it just happened to me probably 3 shows ago. We had 2 trolls that actually jumped on the panel. So I'm like, wow, really? Wow, really? What was they supposed to do? We can unmute ourselves. So what was they supposed to do? Man, just
Muting
idiots.
people.
Just idiots.
Silly
Yeah,
stuff,
they
man.
came on the
Silly.
panel.
You wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, just came on the panel, started muting people. Just find something to do. They'll jump on or probably say something stupid, and then jump out real fast, man. You know, just stupid shit, man. You know, so I used to worry about them. But people just kept telling me, man, look, man, stop feeding into that. They're gonna be here, man. Let's just keep it rolling. And they right. Let's keep it rolling, you know.
That's all we can do, man. That's all we can do.
Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you know, I think I might go ahead and get ready to shut this down by another 15 minutes. We're gonna go into an after panel until VA gets the You Dig set up. I'll try to catch the You Dig if I can. I know one thing, I'm hungry as hell right now.
I'm hungry
Yeah.
too. You hungry?
I'm
Yeah,
getting
I'm
hungry
hungry
myself,
too.
brother.
I'm hungry.
For myself, so
Literally.
you know, y'all who's watching the replay, who we watch, I'm gonna watch the replay myself. I think this was a damn good topic. I'm gonna watch the replay myself once it uploads. But for y'all who gonna be watching the replay, I am so sorry, you know, about the YouTube shit. This is the first time they did a froze. You know, I don't know what the fuck going on. I wonder if Tommy having the same issue.
Don't know right now.
I know he's
Trying
not.
to find out
He
later.
don't have that Walmart
Well-
connection. He got that like
Yeah.
top of the line YouTube connection. They just let him through no matter what.
Shoot, may have to get with Tommy and see if we can get it too.
It made them like 10-cent ads. He got them like 25-cent ads. You know, like he's on that level, right?
Yeah, you know what?
True.
So
Get us some ads.
I know he went live.
Play music in between
Yeah,
or
he went
something.
live too. He went live too, but we'll see what happened when VA come on later. Now, if he's doing that on him, then it must be a YouTube issue. It must be a
Might be.
YouTube issue.
Should be.
You know what I'm gonna
for
say
y'all
if
who
it's
gonna be
more than one
watching-
account.
Putin.
You know what I'm saying?
For the people, for y'all who is watching, hey, thank y'all so much for y'all support. Watching the show. For the people who jumped on the panel, I thank y'all for jumping on the panel. I hate y'all having issues. I think Sarnata keep coming on, but you keep getting dropped out for some reason. You know,
You're welcome.
I will, depending on how do you dig run, how long it runs, I may open up another show to see how it goes. Since everybody wasn't able to enjoy this one, but it only depends on how long the You Dig will run. So, shout out to VA for coming in, putting his input on the topic. Their brother right there, always kicking knowledge. Dev did, man. Hopefully this won't be your last time, man. You came and said some pretty interesting things too, brother. So hopefully this won't be your last time. Thank you so much for
Definitely will
coming.
not. Appreciate it, my man.
Hey, DJ, man, it's always a pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like the show ain't gonna go right without your blessing, man. So I think that what we draw people's attention to that, man. When something goes wrong, they feeling comfortable now to say in the chat that somebody's not feeling right, and they know I would stop everything just to get them that blessing. So, bro, people respect it. You keep that rolling, brother. So I appreciate that.
Not a problem. Not a
Cortez,
problem.
my man.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, Cortez, my man. He always showing support.
Technical difficulties here.
Yeah, I know.
Going on, Chris?
Darling, thank you. Trying to get you to say something earlier, bro. I don't know, was your mic messed up or what?
Fuck happened?
Okay.
I might do a show. I've been thinking about doing one, but I just don't know how to do it yet. So I'm gonna figure it out.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now.
We got you.
It takes some
We got
learning,
you on
you know. You ain't gonna learn everything in one minute. Yeah, you know, it takes some learning to do some research.
No, take.
Well, if anybody wants to
But
teach
trust
me,
me, once you do it,
teach me after this.
once you do it a couple of times, man, it'll be a breeze. You know, because Tommy make it look so easy. Now that I've been doing it for a while, it is easy. So once you do it probably about 2 or 3 times, it'll be a breeze. It'll be a breeze. So
Well,
Yeah, it
I don't
takes
know about
time,
all
but
that.
once you get the support, then that's when you know it becomes a lot easier for you. Like once you start doing it.
right. Peaceful
anybody who
man
wants to
back,
help me. Figure out how to start one and
back.
get some mods.
Girl, I'll walk you through it. I'll help you set it up. It's easy.
Okay.
Clovis, thank you so much, dear. You came in on a perfect topic and you told it like it is, sister. She was in the chat room saying she don't know what. She think her point probably won't mean anything, you know, but I keep telling y'all so hard-headed. On my sector, everybody's voice matters, everybody's opinion matters. You know, there's no such thing as a stupid answer. There's no such thing as a stupid response because, hey, we don't know everything, but there is a such thing as stupid people. There's such thing as stupid people. Meaning, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? You coming in just doing shit to be stupid, you stupid.
Why you gotta call me stupid though? Rude.
You
Out to
know
my
what,
dog.
Alex, with you, Alex,
Thanks,
with you,
Dad.
what amazed me about you, you know, people see you in one light, but I always had defended you on this. They may see you in one light and you may do some crazy off the wall stuff, but I tell anybody any day that you can relate to, sister, you own it. You own it. So
I'm not
hey,
asking.
salute to you. Yeah,
I think the
salute
thing that a
to
lot of
you.
Yeah, and I
people
gotta
don't
say
like about me is
Yeah,
something
appreciate
different about me than a lot of other people is I'm multifaceted. I can be super serious and educated as hell, and then I could just be off the wall and then doing impersonations and then be being funny. Like I'm multifaceted. I'm not just, oh hey, I look like this or I talk like this. Like there's a lot going on with me, and yeah, you know, it's hard to be a
And she
comedian,
freestyle too.
somebody who could be a friend and all different things. Not everybody can compete with that. It's all right.
Yeah.
She do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna add something to it myself.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead,
And
brother.
now that
Go
I've
ahead,
gotten to know Alex and all that stuff and adopted her as my daughter, people don't know there's a whole lot more to this woman than meets the eye. And
Thank you.
usually when
Exactly.
somebody gets close, when people get close to me, I get to know them as people. And I don't just look at them for just, okay, it could be Chris Thorns, it could be Alexandria, it could be Cortez, it could be Clovis, it could be my man Lived It. Nah. See, the thing is, though, people only scratch the surface, but they need to learn how to do research and go under so that way you can learn
Exactly.
something. Only
Keep
thing
going,
is,
Dad.
everybody,
Keep going into detail about everything that's
let
so
me
great about
finish.
me.
Let me finish. The thing is, like, people tend to just like take something and run with it, but they won't ask the person. Whereas I always tell people, and I've
Thank you.
told her,
Thank you.
consider the source. Consider the source of who's talking, because guess what though? Just because somebody can say something don't mean it's true. And at the same time, it might be a little bit more than meets the eye also. Yes, and
Yes,
my daughter is very
exactly.
funny. She's beautiful. Yes, she has a
It
heart.
is.
She knows what she's doing as a woman, and she
Right.
is a mother. So in this case here, yeah, she knows if she's doing something, she's gonna get called out. She knows, and she knows she can
Thank
call
you.
me out
Thank
if
you.
I do something wrong. So that's how it needs to be as
Right.
far as us
And,
as being the family. If we're going to be family, we need
and
to
right,
do it the
that's
right way. Period.
and let me add on to that too, brother. You are absolutely right. You know, because like we all can agree. You know, Alex can probably get a little out of hand sometimes, depending on where she get. But my main thing with her is, you know, like I told her on the show, we talked to her about, you know, you let people make an ass out of you, and you make an ass out of yourself with some of the stuff that you do. But at the same time, I got to give her respect because she never came on this sector and did none of that crazy shit that she do everywhere else. She has been respectful. She touched on the subject. She don't do all that crazy sex talk. And I can't do no but respect this chick for that, you know. And when she started doing that, that shit funny to me because she be mocking me. The shit funny as hell, you know. You know what I'm saying?
Nicki
So,
Minaj,
you know what I'm saying? I love when she do that. If y'all ever watch one of my shows and when I go, she come like,
Oh,
it's
no.
funny as hell.
Yeah,
It's
she
funny.
do. Would she agree with something?
Can't lie. He ain't never lied.
Right. Right.
Yep,
So,
see?
but other than that, though, man, you know, they only understand Alex for what she's showing, but it's more to her than I guess I could say the slutty side. So some people call it. Like I say, man, you put out a topic, man. This is on it. She talk better than me. So you know, hey, it's all good. So salute to you, chick. Everything is everything. But let me get back to Clovis. I love this woman. I love this woman, you know, and she
I
came
like
in
her.
Clovis.
She came with it.
Yes.
She came with it.
Yeah, Clovis, I want you to keep coming, dear. Don't never come in the chat time about well, I don't think my opinions don't matter, baby. Everybody voice matters, including yours. Including yours, and man, let your voice be heard. You didn't back down and you didn't bite your tongue. So, you know, Clovis, thank you so much.
I have to tone it on my show right now because I'm the trustee of the court. But as soon as it's all said and done, I'm going back to who I was. I got a lot of haters because of my mouth.
Hey, salute to you. Salute to you. But until then, hopefully I can keep you coming to my yourself. Back on. So, yeah, just be yourself, dear. But thank you so much. Well, I don't know. They saying YouTube still freezing up, so I'm going to still say it. We're pretty great going to the after show. After show, pretty much I let y'all run it. You know, y'all can talk about the show or talk about a topic y'all want to be brought to the light. Y'all can talk about what you agree with, what you disagree with, or just come on here, just talk, period, and have fun. As always, I love y'all. And in the words of my man Snapper, peace, holla, one. We out.
See you,
Peace, holla.